And I'm looking at Alpha here.
Yeah, Alpha is going to have a lot to do. He should, in theory, have his hands full against the Star Duelist on the other side. I think eyes obviously are drawn towards Durka as well. How do you match firepower with firepower in a way that keeps things competitive and attempts to stifle the explosive prowess that is Texture? And that is a rough way for things to start for Fnatic. Durka gets his one, but 3 lost on the side of the defense.
And I like the idea, you know, they were trying to catch him in that transition, but right. GENG's trading has been so good this year. They've just been a complete unit. And we're gonna go into this retake. I mean, there's not really much Fnatic can do. This infinite utility still from the side of GENG. I mean, they didn't really have to use much because everyone just dropped like flies in that fight.
All they had to use were the bullets they had. And it maybe gets messy. Locky and Munchkin are both weak, but they don't really have any room to breathe on the side. Boaster falls, Leo will join him. Meteor gets 2, GENG get their pistol, and it's full steam ahead.
Yeah, Locky already building towards that Fade ultimate as well. Meteor, you know, getting 2 to clean up the round there. And, I mean, Fnatic, they wanted that fight. I mean, look, they wanted it, but these shots just went the way of Locky. He gets insta-dinked, but he just recovers from it. That poise to just be calm in that moment and not panic, flick around, you know, just shoot straight.
Oh, it's so tough when you've got multiple targets, when you've been head punched, right? Like, you're just trying to adjust your crosshair as best as you can. You're absolutely right. But they steady, they settle, and they score that first round. Into the next we go. The buy for GENG feels conservative. A Phantom, a Guardian, a Bulldog, and then 2 pistols around it. In an era of Valorant where we see more investments generally, they're kind of sticking back to the tried and true.
Yeah, I think Meteor actually purchased that Phantom for Texture off of getting those 2 kills and the bomb down. So, I mean, this has been GENG's win condition, and this is why I praise Munchkin's IGLing so much, because he just knows how to set up Texture and how to enable him to take over these games.
There's a lot to be said about a leader who puts his star in the right position. It's often stuff that goes underappreciated too and unnoticed. GENG creeping forward towards C. Alpha is going to be the first. Chronicle over the top, and the turret will certainly help.
And that's going to dissuade them now. They're going to want to go back, and this contact style, I feel like Fnatic are kind of ahead of it.
Leo was not. Durka was able to trade, though. The one thing here is that, yes, GENG have lost 2 members, but those were both the pistols.
Yeah.
The massive amount of, the vast majority of the firepower and firepower that's waiting on the other side still exists, and that comes through.
I mean, this could get really dicey for GENG. This nade could create the pandemonium needed to get a free kill, but
it hurts.
Oh, that's a nice shot.
Down to a 1v1. Texture not able to settle the shots. Very clean by Durka.
What an answer back. And you pointed him out. He needs to be the one that's countering Texture in these moments, and he did, and he gets a Phantom upgrade on top of that. And a little bit of pop shots there. The viewers didn't really get to see it, but you know, he had some things to say with that Phantom that he picked up off of Texture's body. And already Fnatic are understanding how GENG likes to play these situations, the way that they default on the attacking side. GENG love to do contact plays, a lot of 4-1s. This time, they're all ready and waiting to punish them, and it goes their way.
Dude, every single member on the side of Fnatic was, I'm pretty sure they were all out of their seats. Boaster sang them like a soliloquy in there. He hit a C sharp, that was mad.
And this is the first time they're on the stage here, but they're no, you know, slouches to being on the stage in general.
Yeah, for sure. So great response for Fnatic after losing the pistol.
Yep. And already the Odin in play. And the Odin can be so oppressive on a map like this where these walls are just wall bangable. If you try to grab the orb, you're gonna die. Oh!
If you try to swing into Texture, you're gonna die too.
Yeah!
But there's that spam that you were mentioning, trying to settle into the second, but no, Texture claims another. With the numbers advantage. Oh, Leo! 3 massive kills, the 4th not settled, but the damage has been done. What can Lakia do? No armor, but a rifle in hand. He's trying to get high ground. No fight given.
If he plants, he will get that Fade ultimate online.
Yeah, but does he have enough space? I mean, He obviously is concerned about being pressed in.
Oh, he's gonna get wall banged right here. The bullets don't connect. He has the info.
Oh, he's got it down to 1, and there's that ult online. Paranoia traded for it. Boaster going forward. The captain of the ship trying to find Paul Waters and see if he can spot him. Lakio with 3 in the clutch for GENG.
And Leo, he's been looking so great, especially in that playoff run that Fnatic had. But Lakio stole the round away. Someone who a lot of people wrote off. I mean, saying that he's washed, etc., all this stuff. A lot of the players from GENG, it kind of seemed like they were the rejects. But when they come together and they band together, stuff like this can happen. It's been a back and forth fight so far.
And it's early, man.
Yeah.
We've played 3 rounds. Amazing. GENG making plenty of noise towards A. 2 guns on the side of Fnatic.
Toxin screen down. Here.
Fnatic have the info here, though, because on the opposite side of the map, Durka and Alfier took full control of C and opened that door, and they're able to rotate through here to potentially meet GENG face to face. But here comes the showstopper out of Texture.
Oh,
he hears the footsteps.
Spotted the ankle, not able to land shots. Meanwhile, Durka on the other side, another round that seems to be going the way of Fnatic when it shouldn't have been. Not only did GENG have full guns, they had Texture's ult too.
I would love to see that back after this round because Durka found such a crazy timing, and he even is so aware. He drops his rifle to his teammate knowing that he's 5 HP.
Now he's got the rocket in his back pocket.
Yeah.
Last player standing.
What a sidestep from Chronicle there.
That was so clean. Not able to sidestep Karam, but more to go.
Oh.
This is...
30 seconds
I mean,
left.
this series has told me already that nothing is safe, that nothing is secure, nothing is sound.
Yeah, you really don't know which way this is going to go quite yet.
I mean, Durka's got 5 HP. Boaster doesn't have any. That was almost a clip the other way, but the MasterCard Thrifty comes through for Fnatic. Another round that, again, probably shouldn't have won, but they managed to convert.
And in all that chaos with the showstopper, Durka got 2 picks for free. I think we're going to see it right here. Oh, the Omen Flash is what set him up. Oh, poor Lakio. What a shot from Durka there. And Durka, in this year, I mean, he's had a really rough start. I have to say it. I mean, I was watching a lot of EMEA Valorant, and it didn't seem like he was hitting that same stride that he had in the previous year, but he's back on the main stage, and he's here, and he's showing up, and he's ready to play.
The desk was talking about how tumultuous of a year Fnatic have had.
Yeah.
How it seems like there was a possibility they don't make playoffs, they barely squeak their way through, and then they put together that gauntlet in the last 2 days to come in as the #1 seed.
That was nothing short of spectacular, Doug. That was such a crazy run. They have a chance to do the same here.
Screen down.
Was it 10 maps played in 2 days?
Yeah.
That's just ridiculous.
Experience can be the best teacher. Munchkin's gonna learn today, potentially. He does dodge those Killjoy mollies.
He's the only one with the rifle, though. He's got to find value, and they all crumble. Every single brick will fall. Meteor just forced to sit back and watch and wait as a barrage of bullets surround him and destroy him. A flawless round for Fnatic as they take the lead.
And they just really cut off Munchkin on that entry there, and then the reposition from Chronicle, just understanding that he can take all that space and just honestly play aim labs right here when they're running through the smoke. I mean, they didn't have to worry about the gun from Munchkin in that buy at all.
Full light armor on the side of GENG. You got Munchkin close to his ult. Meteor not far off either. But there's a lot on the side of Fnatic here, man. They have guns, they have full armor, they have a lot of ults online and more on the way.
Oh.
And they've got the open architecture as well.
A rocket to follow up just in case as well. No one's there, doesn't matter. Munchkin has something to say about it though, but Leo!
Leo's louder! A 4v2. Leo has been spectacular this map already.
I mean, the last 3 matches he's played, he's had like 30 bombs back to back to back. He was a big reason why the reverse sweep happened.
He and Chronicle both
have
just been outrageous.
I feel like a lot of times, especially in a game like Valorant, there can be quite a bit of recency bias, but you cannot forget about the star power and the veteran experience that this Fnatic team has.
Remaining.
Yeah, they didn't make these events. They didn't make Madrid, right? But honestly, Boaster's whole goal going into this year was, I want to make Shanghai. And now they're here and they're doing this against a team of GENG who, I mean, Texture has looked so good on attacking sides. That's where he thrives. On the
30
entries,
seconds left.
getting 4Ks.
It is early, though.
Yeah.
But you're right. Fnatic show no rust on the stage right now. No concerns about the fact that they haven't played through group stages. No concerns about the fact that they got GENG to kick off this tournament.
Exactly. A team that everybody was saying is the deadliest matchup you can get.
And the truth is, Dre, we've seen a couple of clips and instances already that would reinforce that idea, that GENG are, of the teams that are coming through from the group stages, probably the scariest. But honestly, the firepower that's been brought to the stage by Durka, yes, by Leah, by Alfear, those three in particular have had some outrageous moments. It's also tough when GENG is
known for playing a very contacty 4-1 playstyle. And in high pressure situations, it can be so just annoying to play against because you have to be dialed in on your crosshair.
But instead, they decide to test the waters at the beginning again. A little bit of utility exchange on both sides. An aggressive spot by Boaster here. Gives up a little bit of that space. Meanwhile, Meteor goes exploring towards B. And it is Durka who would be waiting on the other side. There's such a heavy lean from Fnatic towards the western side of the map right now.
Yeah.
This is really difficult. This is the weak spot if they were to hit, but man, it's tough and Boaster's getting kills like that. Again, on the Texture of all people.
Yeah, he hasn't really had that clean start that he normally does.
It's interesting, it's the second time now that we've seen Munchkin have the hero rifle.
He does have that ultimate online, Doug, so if they can actually swarm the C site, or maybe bait out that utility and transition to B, they could steal this one away from Fnatic, getting that Viper's put online. It's all gonna come down to Alpha here.
I think there's so much to be done here, though, because Leo still has his ult. Even if Alfear loses the space, he's got his lockdown to flush out the pit in case that's what's invested. There's the contact. Oh, they're countering on this really early, or at least trying to. Leo will fall.
No more pit.
Munchkin is traded. The spam not connecting, not settling. And Meteor punishes on it.
But while all this is happening, Doug, the bomb is being planted at A. It's gonna be a head-to-head with the Omen players right here.
A perfect pump fake. Rotation through. Karan holding on to Heaven right now. With the Sheriff in hand. Lakia not much better off as far as weaponry goes. Spike has been ticking for a few seconds now as the wall goes up. Lakia understands there's a really good chance. They've lost Contain. They've lost the shot! But Karan does not miss! A 1v2 now. Durka with so much on his shoulders. And again, time is the main factor here. He does not have the luxury of being patient with this, of being selective with his approach. He's got to take the fight to their doorstep. One will be found, but time will be the difference maker.
Wow. What a round from Karan. That was insane. The back-to-back Sheriff headshots. And I mean, Fnatic, they really fumbled their advantage in this round. I mean, they had numbers up the whole time. They got rid of that Viper's pit. The rifle wasn't there, but then this happens to you? And Lakia the whole time, he didn't need to show it all. Oh my gosh, that was filthy. But from the side of Fnatic, even just those peaks, the spacing, it wasn't quite yet, it just wasn't there. There was no trade that was available.
Honestly, he probably hits the shots anyway with how crispy that looked.
Very true. The Odin is online again.
And an op in the hands for Durka, who's currently playing towards C, but all of the pressure headed the way of A.
Oh man, this is that 4-1 style that I was talking about. A good Viper split from Chronicle to just keep control of this and have to, force GENG off a tree. Spam to follow up, a little bit of chip damage.
Well, but I think that's the question is, do they respect it or do they drop the lockdown? Yeah, to funnel them out.
It's an awesome lockdown.
That pit is so far up, they have to give up a lot of the space here if they want to hang on to it. Oh, now counter lockdown used.
Yeah, the cycling of utility, ult for ult. But GENG will come out on top of this because it was, remember, it was the Viper's Pit also invested.
And it got kept up the whole time. Yeah. That's a beautiful response from Alfier. To not only negate Meteor's ult, but then to also keep the pit preserved. And an op that was sung at the beginning of the round finally gets its opportunity. Durka not able to land the shots. A lot of the pressure headed his way. See the utility in full force as Durka has to get out. Manages to do so. Now without taking some damage along the way. And now another pit used. Oh, Leo will fall.
He was not ready for that whatsoever.
Boaster has picked up the op. Texture playing this tight angle as the smoke goes down. He tucks, finding a little bit more safety in the pit. They don't really have much more to get through to this.
This post plan is so hard, but Chronicle gets Texture. That's an opening.
The paranoia now invested. Lockett trying to hold the lines. Chronicle gets a second. If it's not Leo, it's Chronicle. Karon falling down with 30 HP to try to hold him back. Cannot land the shots. And now it's a weapon traded. Munchkin left in 1v2. One spotted. The second snap will not connect.
Wow. I mean, Fnatic just stole this one away. They have no right winning this round. No right whatsoever. It was all because of Chronicle punishing this Viper's Pit, the spam in the beginning, and then he just takes the step in. That was ridiculous.
And then again, Alfier's ult at the beginning of the round.
Yeah.
Right, like, if Alfier doesn't ult there, they can flush them out of the pit, and they probably end A.
Yeah, 100%. Get the Viper's Pit down on A. Make it scrappy again. And Texture, I mean, you saw that play he made pushing water. He caught Leo in that transition. I thought that was going to be all she wrote. Just couldn't hit the mark.
GENG again on this awkward buy. I feel like I've seen more rounds than not that look like this.
Yeah, they forced up a rifle almost every single eco round. To be fair, that back and forth in the beginning of the game allows you to do so.
Right. It's also interesting to note who's wielding it this time. Texture, 2 away from his ult.
Should be an orb gathered here on C. So already GENG looking forward, you know, trying to build up the ultimate economy. Don't really have a lot to work with, you know. They're playing this so slow.
As quickly as you say it, Boaster falls. Oh, but Chronicle's tucked, and he has no idea that they're a little bit messy. But it doesn't have to be pretty. It doesn't have to be clean.
Yeah.
Fnatic settle. The hero rifle down. Meteor and Karon, the 2 that remain.
30 seconds left.
I mean, the Sheriffs have been filthy this map so far. Leo's going to be flushed into the angle. He's not able to land the shots down to a nice set of HP. Landing onto the first, landing onto the second.
And stability for Fnatic. I mean, I like that Fnatic are confident in taking these ones, but I'm just worried for the future rounds when the guns are in favor of GENG, that could be a way in to this game. Because right now it feels like Fnatic are in the driver's seat. They're manipulating the rotations. They have Durka just like posted up on C with an op for the last couple of rounds, maintaining all that space, painting a better picture for Boaster to manipulate, you know, be ahead of the rotations, I mean.
Who you picking, bro? Who you picking?
That's the kind of game we've got, huh?
Yeah. So funny.
That op still in the hands of Durka. A couple of ults to play with for GENG, who find themselves down 3 on a map that has been historically ridiculous for them.
Yeah, they're 11-3 on it this year.
You wouldn't believe it, given how this has gone, and it doesn't look like it's getting any better. I thought for a moment Texture was going to have a timing because Durka didn't spot him at the beginning, but more was found, and now satcheling forward, hunting.
Oh, that's 2 for Munchkin in this round.
Chronicle had contained there, but he falls. Leo filling in on the space behind it. The wall's the only thing that's keeping him back. He hears the cross. He hears the footsteps. They're trampling forward. But Boaster has stayed. Is he aware? Too many targets to choose from. Or excuse me, his Karon there was there.
Spike planted.
And now the dog going forward. A Nightfall.
Oh my gosh.
In exchange. And a Prowler to follow up. 3v2, but the spike was planted. Can they hold on? Lockett, that's a big kill. Looking for a second. Tempted into the swing. And baited for it. Now Munchkin. 45 HP. Forced to play the hero. Forced to be the savior for GENG in this round. in this half. Almost lands a second. But Alfier with the steady hand saves it again.
What a trade. They almost lined up there for Munchkin, who got the first 2 entries of the round. He almost closed it out at the end. Almost did the impossible, it felt like. That was such a nice retake from Fnatic. I mean, this kill, well, not this one, but after these kills from Munchkin, when Karen is stuck on an island, all the noise made from the flank, that timing for Leo to just flank around Karen there, I mean, that was everything. That opened up the retake. Alpha sitting at 12 and 6, dude. And the ults are online and flourishing.
Alfair's just become a cornerstone for this team. Through the pretty and the ugly. The kid's good, man.
Yeah.
GENG pushing forward B. A little bit of noise was made off of that early TPA to suggest that that's where they were headed, but they have fully sent. Look at how far up Texture is. Paterka trading a rocket, dropping the first and the second, and now looking for more, but not connecting. Lakia on the swing in the face of the lockdown. Texture cannot stand either.
What a beautifully set up retake. As the bomb is going down, we see the showstopper come out for Durka, and they have more ults if they want to. Alfier, at that point, he can invest the lockdown.
Right.
Last round.
I mean, it just makes it so it's chaotic on the actual site. And Fnatic right now, I mean, they're playing very disciplined. Holding for swings. The pre-fire here from Alpha.
Yeah.
They're ready for all these aggressive plays that GENG have cooked up.
They have insurance policies to every single round too. They've got layers.
Yep. This might be one of the best Lotuses I've seen from Fnatic this year.
I mean, with how this map started too, the crazy tit for tat that we had at the beginning, I mean, you wouldn't think we're watching the same map anymore.
Yeah.
Fnatic have just rolled. And honestly, a lot of fans have been left wondering, where did GENG go?
I don't know. Maybe they just need to warm up into this series because so far, I mean, not only are they getting outshot, but they're getting out macroed. Fade out will be baited though. That's a really good heads up play from Munchkin to tap that door, fall back, not get punished.
Poison's off.
Only one Prowler on the tether.
I mean, the thing is Fnatic have 4 players here with no reason to have to rotate. They know that there's 4 ones, and you see Alpha playing all the way back in spawn because he knows that he doesn't even want to give the 1v1 to anybody from the side of GENG. What? How did he just hit that?
I don't know. But you're right, Alfier's the weak side and he knows it. He's not playing too far up.
Oh
and
my
you've got Boaster who can TP to the opposite side of the map. That's exactly what he does. Alfier plucking Texture out of the sky. And the defense of Fnatic will stand strong once more. Meteor has been surrounded. You've got pings on the mini-map. What a slaughter.
This was one of the best defensive sides I've seen. I mean, they were 2 steps ahead. Forget 1 step ahead. Most teams are 1 step ahead. They were 2 steps ahead.
They were running a different race.
Look at this, look at this, look at this. Oh my gosh. And then the same kill right here.
We've seen, what, 3 of those?
Oh my
goodness. Gotten 2 of them. Alfier gets his 1.
Oh my goodness, Doug.
It's a no-fly zone on this map, man.
Fnatic are insane so far.
And again, the vibes. Bro, they're talking trash across the stage. Every single one of them is getting involved in it. And obviously, that didn't make playoffs, but honestly, they're giving a finger to every single one of those storylines right now.
Seriously. And I mean, that time off, the fact that they're able to be accustomed to the travel and everything and prep heavily against a team like GENG, I think that's, I mean, we're seeing that work to their benefit right now. Even from the pistol round, I mean, they wanted that fight. They were ready for something like that. I mean, that's all prep. Yeah, it didn't go their way, but that's how they're thinking. And that's a scary Fnatic. Much like GENG's approach to a lot of their maps, we're seeing Fnatic emulate that in a 4-1. Now opting to make some noise. Seeing if GENG bite on anything, seeing if they aggress. It looks like we're about to...
Oh boy.
There's that in full effect potentially, Doug.
Yeah, there's the aggress. There's the aggress you were looking for.
But GENG, they're second guessing themselves.
Or maybe just not wanting to commit too far.
I mean, they really have no idea what's happening around the map right now. GENG have used no info utility.
No, but I think they can hear Fnatic jump spotting there, and that's why they want to turn attention this way and take this fight. But Alphayear, you sneaky son of a gun, only found one.
Jeez. And as that's happening, look at this. It's a free A site with Chronicle and Boaster.
Death by 1,000 cuts. Just when you think you understand what's happening on the other side, just when you think you know where Fnatic are going to strike, they pull the rug out on you.
And now they're going B! A masterclass!
They've got to convert the round, though, and pistols are never secure.
But Boaster really set them up here, though, Doug.
Yeah, he did. They've just got to settle, though. Oftentimes, this is the hardest part. Chronicle will fall. Numbers the way of the defense. They've gotten the spike down, though. Perhaps seeming a little insecure or a little unsure about their post-plant position. Circa's able to funnel out onto one, and he will fall. Boaster, though, will crumble. You have everything set up, but pistols are just a different beast, man.
Yeah, especially against the aimers of GENG. That 1v1 with Meteor and Chronicle, that's honestly what it came down to, because it made Fnatic have to try to take aggressive space. That's why you saw that paranoia from Boaster into Heaven, trying to catch anybody off guard in that retake. Yeah, if Chronicle just lives here, I mean, this is a whole different round you have to feel. Munchkin, the IGL, dropping bombs like that. I mean, they're still in this, Doug.
13 and 11 for the caller. On the side of GENG, still much to be done, though. 5 rounds separating these two.
And right now for Fnatic, you have to identify if you can grab any of these orbs, try to build up some ult economy. You know, we have Elio that's sitting at 3 orbs already. Fade ult could be so devastating.
And he was so good in the first half, man. There's no reason to suggest he's going to slow down.
I mean, if he can get this, which it looks like he's going to, potentially. Oh, no. Looks like they might just go for a hit. Oh, they're giving it to Durka.
Clear out of util. Yeah, I think they're going to continue to play this map as best as they can. And honestly, this is what Dre, I mean, I would love to get your thoughts on this, because this is what kind of felt like was missing from GENG on their attacking side.
Yeah, they didn't really bait out any utility at C. I mean, they did like a similar slow default where they did farm some orbs, but there wasn't a bait out of that molly that we just saw broken.
Right.
And it's small things like that that can like put doubt in the minds of GENG with that one molly being broken. Now that turret gets pulled. Now no one's on this A site. If they get bombed down, this is a really successful round for Fnatic. And
I'll do you one better. They might win it. Wow. Lakia falls. Texture, weak. Meteor, not much better off. And they got the spike down.
And the Classic could be so good in this moment, but Leo falls right last second.
That's okay, they refresh the smoke. The nade is gonna be really good. Flushing, Texture out. Oh, but they get both. Leo and Durka not able to stand.
But they're low, Doug. Everyone is low right now for GENG.
I feel like they've been low the entire round. Chronicle on the swing, the taps connecting. But Meteor and Kara hold the line just when it looked like Fnatic was gonna be up to their wild antics once more.
Oh my goodness. Texture, that satchel, or just running through that
He had
A main smoke. I mean, yeah, he had no choice, right?
The nade was in his lap. It's either you get out or you die.
I just can't help but feel like that was just lucky, though. That was RNG. I mean, Durka almost connected there with the right click. That's the prime position to have a Classic. I mean, the right click's there. I mean, it could have easily just one-shotted him.
Yep. Yeah, 1000%.
And look, all that damage done. The buy from GENG, it's so scrappy. Everyone light armor. You only have 3 Guardians.
What's the play here? What noise is made?
Seeing a convincing 1-3-1 so far from Fnatic.
Yeah. And again, I mean, they're playing the map super well here. There was utility drawn out B in the previous round. It was drawn out C. And that, I mean, that leaves GENG in its tizzy.
There.
Another orb gathered onto Durka here.
Now 3 away from his ult.
Just putting the doubt in the minds of GENG.
The problem with this, though, is, I mean, Fnatic have done a really good job of making noise in a couple of different places, of denying utility in a couple of different places, but what they haven't gotten off of it so far is space in this round. Look at this. They're still kind of forced and funneled into A main. They're going to have a paranoia in their lap. Texture's going to tuck out from under the smoke. Punish one, punish a second. The one thing that Fnatic missed in this round was space.
Oh my goodness, that paranoia was amazing from Karen.
Find you.
It hit every single player. And now Texture is, I mean, he's looking way more confident now after that.
30
It's
seconds
still 3
left.
rifles up on the side of the attack. And the mind game continue.
It's just gonna be so hard to bring this one back. I mean, I think they're gonna end with a B split. If Alpha can kill Munchkin here, they do have a chance. They have an opening.
Yeah.
But I think, yeah, they're gonna save.
Yeah, there's nowhere for them to go.
They have to.
10 seconds left.
So the clock is the decider on this one. As GENG will get up to 6. Then I think worth mentioning as we start to cast our eyes towards the next round is what the buy will look like.
Oh,
Financially, they're going to be set up super well. Yeah,
no.
that's not great on the other side. The weapons they tried preserving fall apart.
2 of those guns, and this was that Omen flash, that paranoia that I was talking about. Durka was hit as well. He couldn't hear that Texture was behind him. And much like what GENG did poorly on their attacking side, I feel like Fnatic is taking a page out of their book. They didn't break any of that Killjoy utility C.
No, they got some of it B, but that was it, really. And then they got the Orb C to suggest maybe they're there, but you're right.
Yeah, you gotta try to break that utility to make it even more convincing. That being said, GENG still did rotate 3 players there, and we're gonna be going into a straight B hit.
Dude, he still left him. I mean, he didn't
almost
get the kill, but
He almost connected on that.
that did not feel good. GENG holding line, though. It's just Buster and Alfio that are left now. 1 rifle in the hands of the Sentinel. And they're going to get the space, or they should, in theory, get the space to get the spike down if they commit to A. But that window's closing real fast.
GENG are playing this defensive side really well right now. When they're up numbers, you know, they're just chilling out. They're grouping up. Not giving ones.
Nor should they.
As I say that.
Is this where they start? Alfio with 3. Boasters left alone. On an island in a 1v2, and Munchkin clean with it.
Woo! IGL v IGL. Munchkin had the upper hand there. Just dialed in on his crosser on that angle, waiting for the peak. Fnatic almost brought that back, though. And those kills, I mean, I believe that should allow Alfio to have a Killjoy online for this next round. Yeah, there it is.
Take a look at it again. They're the ones that you were talking about. They don't normally give one.
They don't.
They're normally far more disciplined. And honestly, it was that lapse in judgment that made things as messy as it got.
Yeah.
So into the next, we go 4 rounds away of the defense.
And an Odin buy and an operator online for GENG. This could be so smothering. You're gonna have an op on one side of the map and an Odin on the other. So it's like, pick your poison.
Oh, I mean, it's the exact same approach Fnatic had on their defensive side.
Oh my gosh. Chronicle got smacked down so low from this wallbang. This is so aggressive with an Odin. You don't normally see this. Normally you see that tree play that we saw in the last half. And aggression here too from Texture.
They're feeling frisky.
Good bait.
Karen's gonna be here with a, oh, he doesn't have his paranoia. He's already used it. The spam coming through. The kill will land. The second transfer, steady.
Down A.
But he's looking like Rambo right now.
Bring them down.
One-man army.
Alfio might be able to find a timing here, might be able to find a window, but it's not just Meteor that's here. There's utility.
Placing swamp grenade.
Munchkin's on the other side. He was right to try to flush out that corner.
I think that he was assuming there was only, you know, an alarm bot there, but he got more than he asked for. And it's these rounds on Fnatic's attack so far where,
30 seconds left.
again, they're not really taking full control of that C, that mound area. They're not really depositing anybody there. And when they go for the re-clear at A, I mean, they're losing that exchange. Once they lose that exchange, it's a 5v3. There's nowhere else to go. I mean, Alpha has been lurking front B.
Right.
Obviously, if Texture has that deep C angle,
10 seconds
where
left.
else is Alpha going to be lurking?
Right.
That's why you see the crossfire on to be in that moment. And now they're just going to hunt.
As they should. You see the buy for Fnatic. It's brutal. A flawless round for GENG as they've closed the gap.
It's completely slipped away. Fnatic have had no success on this attacking side apart from what the pistol round, where that was probably their best chance that they had. There you go, the frustration has set in.
Remember at the beginning of the map, they were all out of their seats. Yeah. They were drawing off across the stage. Been real.
It looked good for them.
I think the scary thing for Fnatic on the side of GENG too is they've got a lot of their ults that are about to hit at the same time. And so they're going to have a luxury on investing all of them, on staggering them, on creating this overwhelming oppression that Fnatic will have to navigate through.
Yeah. And now we're seeing why GENG wins this map so much. I mean, 11 of the times that they play this, they started on the defensive side, and they're 11-3 on the map.
Oh, they dropped that nano to try to clear the util, but it splits the uprights. It literally goes around every single thing that was there.
So unfortunate.
So the turret is still there. Finally, one of the nanos just got cleared, but still another one in play.
I like this idea with the Lurk Orb. This will open up the opportunity to break this Killjoy turret.
They've got to be careful here. Karn has taken so much space, excuse me, on A. They know that it's a hit C. They've been able to lean everything here. And sure enough, everyone is around.
Pandemonium, chaos.
First ult used. And it seems like there's not really any way in. GENG have slammed the door on this round once more. Now they've got the pit they're going to have to navigate through, but Chronicle has gotten past it. Durka investing his rocket, getting another. The defense still trying to hold on strong. They're rotating out, and they're leaving two. This is a beautiful call.
Last player standing.
Wow. Just wow. Oh, wait.
Spike planted.
Okay. I thought for a second, maybe there's an opportunity for Karon there, but that was nicely played from Fnatic. It got a little dicey, though, there, Doug. I mean, they went ult for ult, and for a second, it was looking like it was going to be in favor of GENG. But that showstopper and then also Chronicle surviving here, he had no sound. He couldn't hear anything. It was just him on an island.
And he was tucked back here for so long.
Yeah, I mean, if Chronicle goes down here, this is not an opening to the round.
Yeah.
And I truly feel like it's in favor for GENG. But success on the C site for Fnatic. And now they have an operator online on their own.
I mean, success on the attack half for the first time.
Yeah.
And now the spam through from Lakia, getting the best of Boaster. That Odin continues to be a problem.
Shortly lived success, apparently.
Yeah.
Oh my god, another 5v3. This is probably about the 4th time. Chronicle does answer back, though, and if they can contact somewhere else, maybe they have a chance of bringing this one back.
They find themselves in these positions a lot.
The problem is, Doug, is that they might have to invest this Killjoy ult, like Alpha's Killjoy ult, just to get the space to get on the site.
Do you not save it for the next round?
I mean, we'll see. I think there's a world in which they use the Killjoy ult if they can't get any kills.
Sure.
And maybe then they invest the Viper's Pit, but if you do that, then Meteor is just going to counter you.
Right.
So you have to, you're absolutely right. You have to find a kill first. An early ult, though, this could be a great opportunity for Fnatic to steal this round away.
Surprised they committed to that there. Chronicle will not find safe exit out. But again, the map is Venn diagrammed. Leo will fall. Now Alphier with op in hand has to sit and wait on the other side as the spike has already been diffused to half. Filling in on the space with no choice but to dig his heels in and try to one against the world, and Alphier cannot.
Disastrous round there for Fnatic, but Munchkin, I mean, his intuition, his timing on that peak, understanding that if he can kill the bomb planner who's trying to get back into main, I mean, it makes it nearly impossible for Fnatic, because at that time, at that moment, Alphier is already dropping that counter KJ ult.
I mean, it's the 5v3 again. You mentioned it at the beginning of the round. That's such a hard position to play from.
And it's always at the A side of the map. So for Fnatic, you had success so far only going towards the C side of the map. Early, late, and yeah, maybe you think that GENG will read into that, but you should still condition the C default and bait out rotations from the A side of the map so you can have a more advantageous fight. A change of pace here, though, as Durka will be running it down front B. He does have a Phantom to his name.
And full armor. Alfie are the only other one that well equipped. They've managed to gotten onto the site. They've got Chronicle's Pit.
Nice.
Invested right on cue, and now Paranoia in the hands of Boaster, but Durka already falling.
How?
GENG can slip the net, that's the pit! That was a big success! Key if they can hang on to it, but Leo might be the real safety that they needed. Leo might be the real playmaker because he's going to be hitting on a late flank here. The timing on this is going to be everything. Can Fnatic keep enough attention? Can they keep enough eyes on the site to let Leo strike? But they all crumble, leaving Leo on his own. I mean, he might get away with one, but can't even do that.
It was a great retake from GENG, but Fnatic, if you're gonna play for your win condition, which is Leo flanking around Heaven, I mean,
can't fight that.
You're not supposed to. Just play in the main, play the time. Put doubt in the minds of GENG, let that clock run down low.
And it might have been something where they couldn't find safe passage out, right? Like they couldn't find enough safety to be able to be a nuisance, be a distraction, essentially.
Look at this shot. I mean,
yeah.
Alpha knew, but he got caught in that crossroads of am I in, am I out? And he just didn't get the right timing this time. And it's got to be so frustrating if you're Fnatic because you know that you should have won a couple of these post plants. I mean, starting from the pistol.
Tied once more. Texture with an op. And he's going creeping. Alfier's the only one close by.
Oh, again? Lakia has been it's just such a menace with the Odin.
And where was it?
I said A.
It was A again.
But this time, I mean, chronically, he was playing in the back like normal Vipers do. You're not used to an aggressive fade Odin that deep. And to be fair, Lakia, he's been doing a good job at changing like the pacing of where he's doing the spam from.
Right.
I mean, the last time he did that aggressive attack spam was probably like 4 rounds ago. And even then, he almost caught out Chronicle.
Alfier and Texture are playing a game of chicken right now. It's a war of attrition. Who's going to be the one to get antsy first?
Whoa.
Oh, he's not able to land the shot. Tried satcheling away.
It was
Patience pays off for Alfier.
so close there.
The Meteor clotheslines him on the other side. And now attention turned towards B. Munchkin trying to reposition the smoke, but he gets tagged, has to take a step back with the Prowler nipping at his heels. Finds safety, finds an exit. That's still the Odin in the hands of Lakia. It will fall. Durka wanting to go forward, slams his head on the roof, but it doesn't matter.
Watching here.
The pivot back A will be safe. The spike will go down, and GENG are left to figure out how do they win this retake. Down in numbers. Durka weak. I mean, all of them have taken some damage on the side of the attack. Meteor now creeping forward. Munchkin over his shoulder. Realizing that things are at least under the illusion of safety. The suck first. The swing out from Durka. He will fall. Are they expecting another? Now attention divided. They're looking on either side, leaving Munchkin on his own. He's got to take the fight to Leo. Isolated as best as he can. He's gotten it down to 1. With 3 bullets left and time, short calls Boaster's bluff. Tempting him into the swing, but not able to connect. Fnatic get to 11.
And it wasn't pretty, but a win is a win, and they needed this one for sure. It was so scrappy around that broken door area. I mean, Texture was so close to hitting this, but I mean, even just this peak, I mean, it's just ones. And that satchel, I mean, Durka kind of missed it there.
But all good when you've got the firing squad with you.
Yeah.
He had the Paranoia out from Boaster. I believe it was Chronicle who traded him. So Fnatic at their second of the half. Still within sniffing distance of taking this map. A map that, as we mentioned earlier, has historically been beautiful for GENG.
Yeah. Fnatic definitely did themselves justice with that defensive side because if GENG started on defense, I think this would be a whole nother game.
Bot coming back.
Finally a C default. The difference here is that Texture has an aggressive A line.
Chronicle just used his orb C. Really wanting to lean into this here.
Yeah, I think that's why you see rotations there.
Yeah, I think they're committing. This is not a fake. This is not playing around the map. And the opener will certainly help. But Meteor playing around the utility as best as he can, trying to be a nuisance, finds a second. 3v3, they continue to slam their face into this site, and the door will swing wide open.
Poison's off.
They're so scared. They don't want to throw this round away. That's why you see them just backing off. They don't want to fight fire with fire.
Yeah, this tug that they're playing,
30
this push
seconds
and
left.
pull. Take a little space, give a little space right back. It's been difficult. But GENG have been they've managed to figure it out the vast majority of the time, but here it seems like Fnatic have an opening again.
That last post plan, I think it was the same 3 players, or maybe Leo was alive last time.
10 seconds
But it was
left.
still a lot of ones. So Fnatic need to play together this time.
I imagine GENG go for this. They've got the money to do so, or maybe they let Munchkin try to get an opener and maybe decide then. But the op in the hands of Texture, that's the prized possession.
They will swap. Oh, looks like Texture is going to be the only one that goes for it.
Yeah.
Hail Mary.
Texture go kill.
Yeah, but Durka knows.
It makes sense too, he's 1 point away from having his ult. He's gone on a mission to secure his ult, and that he has.
Enemy remaining.
That will secure the round though. So Fnatic will get to map point, but the defense will have a rocket in the hands of Texture, and barring some silliness at the end, an op in the hands of GENG as well.
Fnatic looks so good when they lean towards the C side of the map. When they're heavy C, they look great. They do a really good job of baiting out the utility, weathering the storm of GENG, not giving isolated fights on the actual site. And they also don't really overextend on the site. They kind of just fight in their main, that main line, that main choke. I don't even think they've gone on the actual site. I don't think they've even touched it. They understand that GENG likes to flood in and take all the ones. And a lot of their downfall has been defaulting towards A. So we're seeing another 1-3-1 here.
I thought Munchkin would have the op here, given that Texture has his rocket. But still with the op, still with the ult. Lakia still with the spam.
There.
But he's the one who walks away worse for wear.
What an interesting battle.
Fnatic lighting up the mini-map with a lean towards B.
I think they have an idea that there might be something going on around front B right now. And Boaster in this position, he's setting up for an Omen Flash.
Yeah.
Had somebody been close door and tapped it for a rocket pinch potentially, he would have invested that paranoia.
But he finds no one's home.
Yeah. And Durka now has a showstopper of his own to bust open this site.
And they're stacking. Every single one of them are here. Lakia with the tap of the door. The spam coming through. His meter swings at just the right time. The op will not connect, but Fnatic will.
They were ready for that, Doug. They were waiting for it. It didn't happen at the time they thought, but
The call was correct.
yeah, they knew it was a possibility, and that's why the trades went in their favor.
Karn would have to 1v3 to keep this map alive. With an Odin in the hands of Chronicle, no less. All util for the side of the only standing controller.
And they're playing out on top of it, Doug. I love this for Fnatic.
Karn has to check every single angle. That's the thing about rotating over so late is you really have no idea where they could be.
Oh, the Molly too, and Alpha's gonna creep up. This is such a good post plant.
The spit source through, a second smoke used. Alfier punishes at just the right time. Fnatic walk into GENG's playground and take map one.
In the last 2 series they've played in China, in this specific tournament, they've dropped the first map and came back and reverse swept. So we might be in store for something very special, and yeah, they might have a chance of doing it.
Dizzy's down.
I mean, you're kind of spitting. You might be onto something there.
Back to me.
Fnatic on attack. Mimi mentioned how this should bode well, given the fact that they were able to steal Lotus and now starting off on the attacking side. We'll see if that is the case. They've already gotten U-Haul.
Oh,
But they haven't cleared Munchkin. And Texture over the top, the second kill found. Spam coming through. They haven't even hit the trips.
Down A.
and now everybody from Fnatic is just stuck, but they have an answer back. These trips are insane, though. There's another one.
Oh, the flash should make it around the corner. Both of them cleared. You mentioned they were stuck,
Player standing.
and they've gotten it down to a 1v1. Oh, the timing. Oh, he's able to pass by. Not caught. Karan quietly creeping his way forward. He's going to flip the map once more.
Oh my gosh, Doug.
The pump fake.
That's insane. I think he knows.
Does he? Karan's close by. He's got a frenzy. As much as Chronicle can keep the distance, the better off he'll be.
Oh my god, he's wrapping around again. Oh my goodness. Karen doesn't have a smoke to even fake the tap or anything.
There's the tap. Now, running forward, Chronicle, time is of the essence. He's gotten a tap. Can he settle the shots? No! The frenzy at a distance gets GENG the pistol.
Chronicle played that situation so well.
He played it perfectly.
Oh my goodness. The shots just didn't connect, but I mean, he read into it.
Spike down.
The TP into the re-wrap. Are you kidding?
One and
When you're Karon in that moment, you're like, where is this guy? I mean, he's finessing me. How does he know? A good start from GENG. Another pistol round win, by the way. I don't think Fnatic won a pistol on the last map at all, so that's 3 out of 3
Yeah, you're right.
for GENG right now.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
That being said, Fnatic, I mean, I feel like they were the originators of this Cypher comp. You know, the solo Sky with the Cypher. Alphayer, I mean, he ran amok in EMEA running that Cypher on bind.
Easy little hop over the trip. Makaran's waiting there with the judge on the other side. The pen from Chronicle's nice, though. That weapon hits the ground.
And all of a sudden, if they can get bombed down here, that judge might come in handy in the post plant.
Chronicle's 2 away from his ult.
Yeah. I mean, that last round, he played it to perfection.
Yeah, and
except for the closing.
And he's got the judge
Spike
now.
planted.
Boaster's the one who commits to the plant.
Oh, no. I mean, if you're GENG, you cannot be going here. You know that there's a judge inside of U-Haul.
Yeah, and you got to be careful because Leo still has all of his utility. Upgrading to a Sheriff. The tap, the first.
Whoa.
Oh, the satchel ended up costing him his life as Leo tries to go over the top. Cannot connect.
That satchel from earlier, it took Meteor out.
It was a slow burn, but it worked. The Molly buying some time. The Sheriff shots don't connect. Chronicle will fall and the defuse will come through.
But Fnatic, I mean, they made it scary for GENG. GENG had to work for that one.
team
Yeah, that thing cooked for a long time, huh?
That judge going down early in U-Haul is not something you see every day, especially against no armor buys. But Chronicle, I mean, he's so sharp. He gets the wallbang spam.
Wait for it.
Yeah, his satchel. That's so funny.
That's tough, man.
Yeah.
So Chronicle now, or excuse me, Fnatic will now have a full buy. Chronicle 1 away from his ult. GENG have hobbled together a little bit of something. Again, it's that 3-2, but this time it's an outlaw in the hands of Texture.
It's just going to be a steady default right now from Fnatic. They understand that GENG don't have the gun advantage. They might try to go for an aggressive pick, an aggressive play. And they're aware that there's an outlaw on the field right now.
They're toggling that cam on and off with Munchkin holding the line.
It's a bait.
Yeah, and they hear it. I mean, Durka can hear that. Boaster can hear it too.
Yeah. Fnatic will get the information that the outlaw in the Rays was playing towards Shower.
And now they know the skies belong.
The info game in their advantage right now.
The question is, how do they parse the info and turn it into a success?
Right now, if I'm Fnatic, I'm putting that Viper wall up and orb up as we see right now, but on the minimap, if you're looking, Karen is a step ahead. He's checked the lurk, but it doesn't matter.
What a shot from Alphayer. Lakia can't see a damn thing, but somehow gets it going to Durka anyway. The 2 pistols that remain on the side of GENG are going to be late to the party. Fnatic have gotten a little bit of space. Wingman goes on a solo mission, and he gets his job done.
Spike planted.
And now Karan with the Sheriff in a 1v3. In the face of all of that weaponry, manages to pick up an outlaw.
Yeah.
But that's not the weapon he wants in a situation like this.
No, any kill here would be great for him, honestly, but the triple swing, I mean, okay, not bad.
Dude, but I mean, I love how Fnatic play that,
Yeah.
right? Because, I mean, yeah, maybe you hit your 1, and he did, but there's no way you're trading 3 there. That's
No.
perfect.
No way. Good discipline from Fnatic, but that was 3 guns taken away from them. And now a showstopper available for Texture. Ult economy building on both sides right now. I mean, Chronicle, as you said, I mean, he already had those Seekers from the previous round, but they could do some real damage in this round and potentially break the economy of GENG, put him on an eco.
With a Guardian and light armor around it.
This is looking a lot like the first 2 rounds we saw from Fnatic, but this time around, they're not scaling with the A utility.
Smoke's down.
So a new look, but similar default to the start of the round.
And it's the same trap idea with the cam. They didn't spot it last time. Meteor's playing all the way A. He's also not toggling it as hard this time.
Yeah, they really didn't need to, huh? They just kind of got all the kills in that B-long area. Such a slow approach from Fnatic.
I wonder here what they do. They just spotted the Cypher A. And it seems like they might try to go into it. Perhaps confident that they feel like they can handle the utility. You also just saw the ping on the minimap of where the camera was.
Right there.
So there's a heavy lean A here. On the side of Fnatic. They could try to flip the map if they wanted to because they've got Chronicle still playing back B, but now thinking twice against it. They're headed back. Seeker's invested.
But the problem is there's all Cypher utility here, and now
30 seconds
Texture's
left.
rotating in with that showstopper.
Well, and I think it's part of what's been going on is they saw him on the other side. They've got these trips set up, the flash coming through, and they're headed back A.
Smoke.
They had to. That's an opener.
Oh, and they've got the rocket, but it doesn't connect. A little bit of damage dealt, but that's it.
Oh, there's no time.
10 seconds left. They've burned this wick way too low. Forced to sit back and watch.
Spike down A.
With 3 seconds left, they're gonna have to frag their way out if they want to do this, and Chronicle just can't. He doesn't get the fight. Not given a target at all as Karan gets 4.
What a great round from Karan. Delaying the bomb. They made it inevitable. They were gonna win that round just based off of time alone. And that's all because that Cypher utility was up the entire round. I mean, GENG, they didn't need to really have 3 players on B, per se. Yeah, Texture was there for the rotate, but he can easily get back to A for the hit.
A little tricky happy there.
Nice! Woohoo! One there.
So for Fnatic, I mean, maybe in these early default rounds, try to identify where the Cypher trips actually are and use bodies to break them.
Oh, they've done such a good job of masking it, of hiding it. This time, all of that utility is A, including Meteor. Huh, that looks like a scene out of Mission Impossible. Oh, those lasers, what do you...
Oh! He slipped right by.
Durka gets through.
Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Was she in Mission Impossible?
No, but she'd
I
be
don't
slipping
think so.
lasers.
One enemy remains.
Meteor holds the line,
Down A.
trips still up. Durka in a 1v5 with a Bucky.
Oh.
A flawless round for GENG. This defensive side has looked really good.
Yeah, the Cypher looking like a big problem for Fnatic right now. I mean, yeah, Durka had the perfect satchels there to avoid the up and down, the low-high trip setup. That's impressive. But I mean, full gun advantage in the way of GENG, and why would they even want to give a close range battle like this?
Right.
Just play your gun. Yeah. Maybe a hookah pop right here. But the trips, I mean, the Cypher could be so deadly on a map like Bind.
Well, and this is another setup for Meteor. This is a different look.
Yeah.
Right? Sometimes the trips are B and he's playing A. The previous round, everything was A. Now everything is B.
And I like how not every single trip
wow.
is conventional
Right,
from Meteor.
yeah,
He's
yeah.
mixing it up. He's using unique trips.
Meanwhile, Munchkin has taken showers. Taking a lot of that space over there. That's a lot of info found.
Yeah.
Durka tagged.
Oh my god, he's so confident taking the fight.
It wouldn't be Durka if he wasn't. Meanwhile, Munchkin, who took all that space in showers at the beginning of the round, like I mentioned, gets the best of Chronicle.
And it's not every day you see a Viper orb that far up in shower. Usually it's a brim smoke.
Yeah.
So the fact that Munchkin is able to toggle that up and down and on and off, that allows him that entry. I imagine he dropped it there and caught Chronicle off guard and maybe a rotation. And now full info for GENG. They have 3 players here with Cypher utility. And look at the delay. I mean, they can't even go. They're stuck.
One of the trips was cleared by Durka's satchel. He still has his ult, but no way for him to really go in.
30 seconds left.
And there's still the trip outside hookah.
This is so hard. I mean,
just gotta be
Munchkin has pushed all the way through this. The hit's gonna come through.
Ult used. Still getting on to first, Durka a second. The nade forcing Karen to get out onto the swing, getting the best of Alfie here, but still 10 seconds left. They still haven't gotten the spike down.
10 seconds left.
Leo's gonna have to do it on his own. Munchkin spotting him. Karan cleaning him up.
Once more, Karan. This time around, stuck in the middle of sight, but that brim stim allowed him to just finesse around the shots, around the bullets, and then stop on a dime and get that entry, get that opening kill. He's been so good on this map so far. It's right here. That little extra speed boost. I mean, Alfie just couldn't track him.
Yeah, a little oomph.
Closes it out right there, and he's already halfway towards another brim ult. Over halfway.
10-2 right now.
And another new setup. For a second there, I thought that those lines were a trip in the air. I'm like, surely you can't put a trip that high.
Those are different.
Yeah. But look at the confidence now for GENG, the up, down, the disrespect.
And the cam showers. Munchkin overwhelmed.
Oh,
The full run stinger is just too much.
they don't decide to speed up off of that, though.
Well, it's interesting. There's a lot of space that Lucky is taking here, but I think Fnatic have a really good understanding of what the map looks like right now. They get the kill at the beginning. Now they've taken care of the sky, and then the Raise nade came in through TP.
And when you get those two entries, you can't help but think that
Right there.
the side of GENG, they have to rotate 2, maybe even 3 players here.
Right. Which honestly would be correct in this situation.
Yeah, but the utility is just superb right now.
Meteor's in a miserable spot. The spike makes its way all the way across, but Durka pushing forward, getting another.
Oh,
Karen running for the fences, trying to find safety. And all he finds is death.
Poor guy. Damn, that was a nice shot.
Snappy on the
planted.
first.
Oh my gosh, that was a headshot.
4 more to be found, though. All he's got is an outlaw.
Yeah. And the way that Fnatic have been playing these situations, I mean, ever since that potential, 3v2 that they almost lost on Lotus, I mean, they've been pretty dialed in. Peeking off one another, and etc. And, I mean, all of a sudden, stuff is a little weird. I mean, Munchkin getting caught out here alone, and then this regression down B long, that's not some things you like to see. Even in a 4v5, you still have gun advantage.
One enemy
But I get it, you want to even the numbers.
We saw 4 kills in that replay. 3 of them were fully running.
Yeah. When in doubt, stinger it out. Can you believe that gun's nerfed?
Yeah. Fnatic have gotten their second of the round, and they have a couple of ults to their name. Alfier's 1 away from having his pit. Locky is getting pushed off the angle already, the dog in his face. Heavy lean this way, now the flash, there's the ult. Nowhere for him to go. Urka will fall. Very nicely handled by GENG. Oh, that's not safe. Spotting him, dropping him. Rocket invested. Boaster is left. Took the TP to get to the other side of the map. Meanwhile, Leo able to clean up 1 more. Alfier inverted! And 2 fall! Landing onto the 3rd is Alfier!
That's ridiculous! I mean, yeah, he was owning last map, but
It's been quiet this map, up until that.
what was that? The lineup and then the 3rd on top of it? If anyone could do it in this map, it would have to be Karen. But now, oh, the info. Karen has to run it down, and Alpha should be able to secure this one. Happens to be Boaster, but that was off the back of Alpha here there.
He's got plenty of reason to smile there.
I mean, that was very well played for Fnatic. They didn't have many options. They didn't have many opportunities. I mean, 2 players had to rip TP there, and that gives Alfier this opening. But Texture just couldn't connect. He saw a jiggle from Alfier, but then the initial, that wide swing right there.
That's tough, man.
That's beautiful. They stole that round.
And the GENG coaching staff know it.
Yeah, and all of a sudden the economy for GENG is bad.
Meanwhile, Fnatic's is thriving.
Those back-to-back rounds have been so impactful.
Texture missing the header there. But a heavy lean A, all of the utility from the attack, all of the presence from the attack.
Welcome to my world.
And now the pit to complicate matters just a bit more. You got a wall, you're gonna have to deal with the brim smoke and orb and the pit. Karan falls already.
I got you.
GENG have timing here if they try to hit this flank, and if there's enough that the defense can do to keep things at bay, this could get messy. There's nobody watching the flank.
Oh,
now Chronicle having to turn around, yeah. He's so close. One found, but Chronicle, the safety valve. That's the pit, that's a weapon upgraded. That's a swing, that's another one found, and now that's a nade!
Down A.
Force and Chronicle to reposition to flip the map.
Bomb buddy out.
I imagine Chronicle might even use these Seekers with the way that
30 seconds
Texture has been
left.
playing on this map so far.
Decides that he
Spike
wants to stay,
planted.
decides to plant the spike. Texture's on the swing, the shots don't connect. Now a flash in his face, Texture tried to dance around it, and that's 3 for the duelist.
How did he do that?
Unbelievable.
Clutch.
I can't believe it.
Don't mess with this by
I mean, they had sheriffs. And a Viper's pit was down. And yeah, there was chaos on the flank, but they got punished for it. Texture just 1v3'd. Fnatic have been so good in the post plants. This time they can't get the bomb down, nobody covering. I mean, all the trades went their way.
There were so many little moments in that round.
That was nasty. That's how he did it? Oh. I mean, look at him, yeah. It's like, I mean, they actually played it really well. They dealt with that adversity really well, but when Texture is just zooming like that, I mean, that second kill, that was so fast.
He's up to 11-6 now, and it's kind of been quiet how he's done it, to be honest. But he is delivering for his squad once more.
This is the first round that Fnatic have seen this deep Cypher camera in showers. Maybe they're going to try to find a timing to beat it.
They've cleared it. Meanwhile, GENG wanting to refill the space. They had gotten bullied off of Octagon, and now taking it back.
Yeah, a lot of space gathered, and they're holding it too. That allows Texture to lean over towards this A hit if Fnatic decide to actually go for it. Oh, and yeah, Munchkin using this dog around B long, that secures the info.
But Fnatic have to know that there's at least some Cypher utility here. They saw the cam, they've seen the cage, and they're deciding to go into this anyway. How do they get past these pesky cages? How do they get past these pesky trips? First one falls, and off of that, they invest the Brim ult. Oh, but Leo gets the best. Leo kills Chronicle. How? A little friendly fire. Now the Spike's sitting on the other side. Managed to scoop it up. Leo committing to the plan. A 4v4. Munchkin's going to be laid on the rotate while Meteor falls on the other side. Alfier with no HP gets 3. Finally falling. And now Munchkin arrives. Cannot hold the line. Cannot keep them back.
Alfier is having a masterclass in pressure handling. He's been turning the tide single-handedly. He's sitting at 8 kills right now, but the impact from start to finish. He was stuck. Yeah, he was stuck.
Yeah, he had nowhere to go. Dude has 16 HP here. Almost gets 3.
Oh. Little change in sound right there, right at the end. He's like, I don't like what I heard.
There's that. Oh, now it's a triple high-low.
Yeah, but you gotta imagine that Fnatic are gonna take a very slow approach in this round. Oh, that Gecko flash, that
Only
Dizzy
tagged
connected
one.
on all 3. I know it only shot out 1, but they were so clumped up that it ended up getting a collide anyway. Oh, man.
Yeah, the Sheriffs are not holding up here. This is really nicely handled by Fnatic so far. They've been able to sniff out the early trap and then play the rest of the map.
And that's a default that they've been doing quite a bit this half.
Yeah,
Just
that was the opening pistol look. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Oh, they're looking good right now.
Again, the momentum was the way of GENG at the beginning, but Fnatic seem to have settled. It also helps when Alfier's doing that.
Back-to-back 3Ks.
And he was healthy this time.
He has actually won them 3 rounds by killing 3 people.
And they've only won 4. Well on their way to their 5th.
He's solo keeping them into this game.
Karan with a lot to figure out here. Any exits that you could possibly get would be a gift. But now feeling the pressure, Leo hunting him down, running forward, and cleaning him up. A flawless round for Fnatic. I mean, they've kept, I mean, their money's great as it is, but they kept all of their rifles. Most of them still had full armor. They have a couple bullets to play around as well.
And all of a sudden, we're in a 1-round game. And with GENG, we're up, what, 5-1?
But honestly, it doesn't feel like a 1-round game right now.
Yeah.
It feels like Fnatic are just running away with this thing.
It does. All because of this guy.
One enemy remaining.
Yeah.
It's just so steady with it.
It's clean. Precise.
4 of the last 5, the way of the attack. In the hands of Durka. Meanwhile, Munchkin using his right at the beginning of the round.
He does have Cypher to back him up here. Meteor, I really like the way he's been playing the Cypher so far on this map. Puts the trips on B, he's playing A with the camera. He's been so elusive.
He's kept him guessing, but honestly, Fnatic, I mean, they've figured it out.
Toxin screen down.
For as much as Meteor was an issue at the beginning, they've got him solved.
Yeah. That will be a Thrash online with a showstopper that can really do something dangerous to Munchkin here. Maybe a pinch with Rocket and Thrash going up short A. Sight smoke's coming out, and there's no trip to thwart Durka at all.
They're all back.
Here it is.
The Thrash should clear the pit. You're absolutely right. They have to flush out behind it so they don't. Oh, they hit him. Oh, but there's cover. Texture's got him. He's got his back over his shoulder, finally falling.
The flank.
The timing is beautiful. The shots were a little messy, but the pressure has been applied. Leo getting the plant down. Chronicle and Durka trying to keep him back. And Chronicle surrounded, but you don't put Chronicle in a corner, man.
I'm out of stuff.
Munchkin, a 1v2, spotting the first. Crosshair behind him the entire way. We're tied at 6.
Chronicle was in the flow state in that scenario. He was definitely in a corner. He even tried shooting his own Dizzy, man. Did you see that? I mean, I knew once he shot the Dizzy, he was going to win that round. Something was just telling me.
They get 3 rounds in a row to close out the half. We'll take a look at this.
Look at this. Oh, we have to see his POV.
Durka was just so steady too, man. When you put those two by themselves there, they're just able to frag out. They're able to get it to... It would be very... I mean, it's poetic if they're able to pull this off, given how low this went.
If Fnatic win this map and this series, losing every single pistol round, I mean...
You did good.
They have a really good chance of maybe taking it all the way to the finals. Because that's so impressive.
It just goes to show you that pistols are fake. GENG on the attack. You see this defensive setup from Fnatic. You've got Alfier posted up with Boaster, holding his 50-50. A dog just cleared out short.
Toxin screen down.
And that dog presence alone, GENG have to do something extra here.
Wow.
I mean,
massive.
there you go.
Going up.
That's nice.
And they know. Oh, they don't know. I thought they knew. But it's traded. Now flipping of the map to turn back A.
But Durka, he's so good at anchoring this A side is raised. The nade to delay. Look at the mini-map, Doug.
It's just buying time. Munchkin's got the spike in hand. Unsure about where they want to go with 40 seconds left. Options abound.
The head-to-head, Doug. Viper v Viper. This is what it all comes down to right here. If Fnatic want to win this pistol round.
Going up. 30 seconds left.
I think the other thing is GENG have to be able to rotate back B if they want to do this without losing any bodies. And you see him dancing around the crossfires. Munchkin falls.
That was it.
Alfier holds the line. GENG get through relatively unscathed. They all have the numbers here now. But Alfier, again, the reposition is gorgeous. It's beautiful with 10 seconds left. He will get cleared, but it doesn't matter because the snap is that good.
1 enemy.
3 on the round. The 4th falls the pistol the way of Fnatic.
Who other than Alpha? He's been so good all series long.
Finally getting a pistol. The ever elusive round. And you're right, off the backs of Alfear. 15-9.
Exterminate.
The first one was free, sure, but everything after that was well earned.
10
Oh my
seconds left.
goodness.
Planted. One enemy remaining.
He looks so good out there right now. He looks so comfortable on this stage.
He got a 4K without taking a single point of damage.
And in this matchup, in this series, it was really going to come down to how Alpha could anchor these sites, because GENG's approach is a lot of 4-player, 1-player contact. And he's going to be the one that has to deal with that. That's why I pointed out in the last map. He's the Sentinel. In this case on Bind, he's the Viper, but Viper is basically a pseudo-Sentinel, right? If he was able to even go 1-for-1 against GENG, I thought that was going to be a W. But getting 3, getting 4, that's why you see Fnatic in the driver's seat.
GENG have a lot of present showers. Texture the only one. Oh, and Munchkin is as well.
It's that contact approach, that silent walk-up. Trying to catch somebody from Fnatic just sleeping on their crosshair.
Yeah, and it was he swung off of putting off of the Viper util A. So he tries to catch a timing, as you were mentioning, catch someone asleep. Doesn't connect.
Alpha's winning Fnatic this game. He knows.
He's active.
He's so proactive.
What's crazy too is he's gonna try to hit this timing with the Sentinel on the other side. No trips to really have to worry about
30
though.
seconds left.
Both are waiting on the other side of the molly. Now starting to see it come through. They've committed to the side, and Alfear gets his free kill. A second.
Spike down A.
It's just so effortless for the kid, man.
What a star.
That's done. Quick break.
What a superstar. So confident that it was going to be an A hit. And he wanted that head-to-head with Munchkin. He's trying to prove a point almost. All that space gathered, he gets this flank and just easy pick'ems.
Denying the plant from going down, so GENG don't even have the money they can walk away with.
Yeah.
As a consolation prize of sorts, a silver lining.
And if you look at the buy from Fnatic, you couldn't tell that this is a bonus round.
No, 4 rifles and a judge. And they had to buy into it, yeah. Chronicle and Durka bearing most of the weight of the investment.
But why not? If you win this round, it's almost like a nail in the coffin.
It certainly complicates the matters. Looking for an early peek out from Fnatic, and they're not going to get it. The discipline this defensive side is showing right now is so nice. And then even when they do take aggressive pathing, like we've talked about Alfear doing, the timing is beautiful.
Scout destroyed.
And right now, Chronicle on this defensive side, he's going sky util for sky util. He's re-clearing actively, but he's not using his utility first.
Really nice flash. That's a judge. Oh, but Texture had 1-2.
Gone here.
In the face of the flash. Boaster falls. He was in such a good position on the site. But Lakia's timing to swing that out and clear it is perfect. So far, it doesn't seem like the bonus is on the cards, but we'll see if Fnatic can do anything about it. Late rotate out from Meteor. He's gotten so far up. He's gotten behind enemy lines.
He's about to activate.
Leo's unaware. Unless he doesn't clear heaven. He's not going to clear heaven. Leo is dropped down. The fight is on the site. Alfear and Durka get 2, but Durka's going to have to do it by himself. He was so weak. Texture gets his 3rd as GENG gets a 7.
What a rollout from Texture to just break the crosshair. Of who was that, Boaster and U-Haul?
And it was a judge on the other side.
Look at this. Oh.
I want to see how flashed he was, because there was a flash out from Chronicle at the right time.
That's how Lakia got the kill? Are you joking? He just randomly spammed triple from inside shower, and it was all headshots. I thought he maybe peeked, like you said, but...
Yeah, I thought he swung too.
What was that?
Oh, there's the aggressive look they've been waiting for. Fnatic clearing out the cam. Meteor on the swing, pays for it with his life. As Alfier strikes again.
And the discipline to get out. Not overstaying his welcome. 5v3 now. Again, Alpha. He's a monster.
Scout destroyed.
Again, a cornerstone. Stalwart on the defensive side.
I mean, just a powerhouse of skill.
And Dirk is taking all of this space on the other side. They've got to understand that there's really nowhere on the map that's safe right now, given the lack of control they have.
That's why you see they understand they have to re-clear almost everything.
Durka could get surrounded here. He could get wrapped if he's not careful. How much will Munchkin explore? If they regroup, they didn't even have to regroup.
Sleeping at the wheel was Durka, and that's that contact approach, that slow approach. Oh no.
Boaster's gonna have a lot to deal with here with Munchkin on the other side. He did his best to delay, but that's all he could do. All Chronicle had was a pistol. The two rifles that are still up on the side of Fnatic are still in the play, still in the fight. 2v2 now. Alfier with Pit online. Can't imagine he's gonna try to use it here, given how tight the numbers are and how good GENG look right now. We're tied at 8. Munchkin gets his third. That was really clean. And it shouldn't have gone that way. Alfier's 5v3 to open his 2K to open things up, get it into a 5v3 was ridiculous.
I mean, Alpha did everything he could. He even backed off. He could have kept going for more and maybe gotten traded out. But he made the right play. He gave his team the best advantage they could have possible. But Fnatic just threw it away. I'm at a loss for words right now. That's not characteristic of a team like Fnatic.
They buy into this next round. Guns on both sides. A little bit of light armor in there as well. Leo rotating back B. He does have Thrash online. Alfier holding on to the pit for now. And it's this contacty play that you've mentioned. Makes the flash go out, makes the wall go up! The Thrash was beautiful! Texture can't on, he's got nowhere to go, but Locky has got his back! And now Seeker's over the top. Alfier manages to find safety, but swings back into his death. What a round from GENG. Just when it looked like Leo was gonna be the savior, it all goes wrong.
Lakia in that moment. He was so clutch, he spammed Leo down. A little bit of RNG for sure, but that's ultimately what it came down to. It's crazy. It's almost reminiscent of what he did in Showers. That previous round where he just, intuition, I guess, just instinct. Let me just spam it here and now. So precise on it.
I'm sure we'll get a look at it once more, because that was ridiculous. I mean, he thought he was dead to rights. The Thrash not getting 2 there ultimately is what decided that round.
I mean, the Thrash getting texture there, that was perfect.
Yeah. It just wasn't enough. I mean, if he tags Locky in there as well,
yeah,
the round doesn't go that way.
They get stalled out. You don't have to worry about that showstopper at all. You can reset.
Yeah, let's see if we can look at this again.
No
way.
Locky
Was
no
so
way.
He was so far off, and you're right, the spam is crazy.
No way. He was still moving on the first bullet, but it connected. I mean, the Valorant gods, they just, seems like they want GENG to take this map away.
3 rounds in a row for GENG. Now the pit right at the beginning of the round for Alfier. GENG deciding to go exploring long. You'd often see a little bit of Sky utility out here to get a flash, maybe a dog, get some early info, but they're not really interested in that. They're trying to hold over the top. In the previous round, it was Chronicle. This time it's Durko's holding onto that space.
And this passive approach, Doug, from Fnatic, it's working against them. It's not working to their favor. They're not showing anything. GENG don't have to be worried about the walk-up. But yeah, they have people playing anti in case there's a trap. But you have to try to hesitate the attacking side. Maybe make them invest that Sky utility a little bit earlier on, so it's not so explosive.
The delay looks really nice for Fnatic right now. They've got the brim smokes at Dizzy when the wall was up to make sure they had to take a step back and retreat behind the wall. The timing on this is even better though. Durka satcheling back. The Eye not catching anything, but Leo Singer does. I mean, the round has just gone into chaos. Fnatic are still trying to rotate back over B as the spike is sitting on the ground. It can't be scooped up. It's well out of reach. Now Munchkin taking a step back with a rifle in hand.
He's got the pit.
2 stingers on the other side. Does he invest it? Does he get flooded? He's got to understand there's really no safe time. There's 2 stingers. They're so hard. Almost hits them both, but he's overwhelmed.
Stinger saving Fnatic once again. It happened in the first half, and it's happened once more. Leo, he just barely touches the edge of that stim, and it gives him the ability to just speed around the site. Delay for the rotate so Boaster can get the trade.
That's so perfect.
It was right here.
Yeah, so perfect.
30 seconds left.
Enemy down.
Those stingers. Well, I mean, that was very scary.
Yeah, they almost lined up there.
Yeah.
Alpha's sitting at 21 and 12.
Toxins going up.
Ridiculous performance so far, and that's brought us to 9 apiece.
Toxin screen down.
It's a quiet approach from GENG. Sure. Just continues to be the game plan. It continues to be the approach.
Fnatic, I feel like they've read into this just a little bit. It's the first time we've seen them do aggressive showers fight.
Oh, that's a trap. They want to go for it. They want to try to hunt him down, but Dirk has to satchel back.
That push and pull.
I thought Chronicle was going to land that shot.
Yeah. Couldn't hit the mark.
But look at the health bars of the members of GENG that remain.
Yeah, but they can just get healed up by this guy. That's why you see this freeze. That's why you see this guy coming all the way back.
Yeah, rotating all the way over.
I got the
They understand how important this round is. For either side, whoever loses, the economy is not looking too nice.
GENG with a little bit longer of a leash, but you're right. It's got to be now. The mobility too much, but Alfier holding the line only gets 3.
30 seconds left.
But that's enough to get him to a competitive spot.
Jeez.
A 2v2 here. Now the pit invested. Leo hunting. He's got to push forward. He's managed to find a window, but he's hunted out. Can Durka clean it up? No! Munchkin with 3 and GENG with the lead.
Durka is doing everything he can right now. But Munchkin, the counterpart, he just answered back. And the bullets just couldn't connect for Leo. I mean, he caught Munchkin with his pants down there for a second.
I believe it was Karon jumping into the pit. Backside here saved everything because Munchkin was caught. He was in a terrible spot. Yeah, but Karon jumping into the pit, trying to catch Leo, who's going to drop him. Keeps the pit up, and yeah, that one gets away from him. The frustration on Alfier's face. 24 and 13, still finding himself down around, and now pushing the matter perhaps too much. He had a hero rifle, got his one.
Oh, he's stuck. What?
That's... He didn't take any damage.
What? We're on an eco round. You're already down 2 guys. The pressure is getting to Fnatic right now.
Planted.
Surely they would have loved to have that ultimate in the next round. What was that?
I wonder if Durka misclicked.
Weapon here.
At that point, he just had to commit.
Yeah,
I don't know, but either way, it's just not the situation you want.
no.
And interesting enough, Boaster takes Meteor out here, but this was the first round we've seen Meteor get really aggressive on the solo side. He's been very chill, very laxed in this entire half so far, this attack half.
Choosing to activate at just the right time.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Boaster doing everything he can to carry his rifle into the next round. And it looks like he will succeed. This one feels like it's gotten away from Fnatic.
Oh my gosh, I don't think that was a misclick.
No, I don't think so either. I think he thought Meteor was going to push him.
But still so ambitious to go for that. You're down 2 players already, be long in the first 10 seconds of the round.
Looks like they're going to try to set up A little bit of showers control. Note, Alfear one away from his pit. And if he tries to get that orb, he is by himself. Be long. GENG looking to find the best window they possibly can to strike. And much like has been the case the entire attack half, it's a slow approach to start things off. The dog invested at the beginning. Only one gun was fired. GENG have no real idea of what's waiting on the other side, but they decide to strike anyway. Texture with the ult in hand. Chronicle cannot get away. But they don't realize Boaster is playing in the smoke right next to them. Texture
Spike planted.
on the other side of the box. Boaster gives a little bit of the space back. Now playing backside. Still has his ult. Leo and Alfie are one away from theirs. They've gotten the spike down. GENG doing everything they can to stop this defense, and there it is. The first ult used, trying to funnel him into the crosshairs, and Boaster will fall. But Dirk is on the trade, only able to get one though. Alfear's gonna have to do it on his own. A 1v3 with 24 HP.
Poison orb emitting.
Fully surrounded, dropped. GENG map point.
And that contact style
point.
on this attack side bind opened up that window of opportunity. As soon as Chronicle uses that dog to reclear, which he's been doing all half long, that opens up this right here from Texture to satchel on him. That was the opening. That was so beautiful, so well read from the side of GENG.
나이스!
And Texture, I mean, he's sitting at 20
나이스,
kills.
좋았다.
He tends to start off very slow, but once he gets warmed up, it feels like it's impossible to take him out.
GENG have fully warmed up.
Yeah.
6 of the last 7. All momentum their way here. Fnatic still with 3 ults. For them to end it here would have to be in overtime. Texture on the swing. Dirk is already dead. The Thrash could be problematic though. Only tagging one, I believe.
Great flash.
Help over the top, but you're right. The flash is beautiful. Texture's left to die. Now one way is going to be really difficult to deal with.
But it's all just to bait out a rotation, and they've done such a good job of doing that.
Here.
And the problem with investing a aggressive Viper's Pit like this is that you need to have somebody watching his back the entire time.
Yeah, you can't really leave him. They're going to push him here.
Screen down.
Chronicle gets his ult online and invested. The Seekers.
He had to.
Yeah.
They had no info.
2 of them were cleared. There's another one going the other way as Boaster's fallen. Meteor has gotten backside, and now Alfear is surrounded with nowhere to go.
30 seconds left.
He's stuck.
The TP's the safety, but can Leo alleviate some of the pressure? Grabs 2, and that's a spike!
Spike down A.
Munchkin and Meteor try to stand, but the round has become bedlam. Munchkin with 10 seconds left, grabs the spike,
10 seconds left.
has to run out, no time to think about it. Fnatic at their 10th. They're not done yet.
Leo on a solo mission, TPing, and somehow killing Karon there.
He went through the TP with no armor and like 86 HP or something like that.
And then the second on top of it,
Look at that, 85 HP.
this one too.
That's the big one.
Oh my gosh. Meteor did such a good job in this round. I'm in disbelief that Fnatic brought that back.
They're gonna have to do it again. Lakia with ult. Back to this guessing game. Back to these slow rounds. This time the dog cleared out instantly by Boaster, or by Durka, excuse me, A showers. Traded by the dog on the other side, takes a bite out of one. I don't believe it spotted the other, but there are 2 there.
Bomb buddy out.
This game has become an exchange of utility in any sort of info
Jeez.
that can be gathered.
Right. This is so tense. I mean, everybody quiet right now in the crowd. They can feel it. We can feel it.
Lakia at the tip of the spear so far, headed towards
Oh,
Hookah.
it's perfect.
The flash
It's
is so
perfect.
nice. Alfier's got nowhere to go. He was caught up too far. And the Seekers were invested as well. Leo backside, doing what he can and finding one. But
30
still,
seconds
numbers
left.
the way of the attack. The rotation coming through for both Sir and Durka. Meanwhile, Chronicle tucked an elbow, trying to stay alive.
Spike planted.
So far, successful. They try to jump out, they try to double face. Boaster just swings his life away, leaving a 4v2. GENG within
Last player
sniffing distance
standing.
of Breeze, and that will secure it. 13-10, the way of GENG. And we're going.
Especially on a map like this, like you have to get that operator online, and it just seemed like Fnatic, their buys were so dodgy and so spotty, they kept forcing rifles. They weren't able to save up for that operator, so Dirk, he needs to just save and get that up as soon as possible.
We'll see if that is an adjustment that they make on this map, on this half. I mean, an attack side up on Breeze is no strange thing.
Yeah.
So we'll see if that's the case. Durka trampling forward, aggressively swinging into that to take that fight. And it's what you need out of your duelists. All the space has been gained, the spike has been planted. And now they've been able to set up behind them. Alfia really far up in halls, overwhelmed. 3 waiting for him on the other side. Durka realizes he's got to get out of here. TP's away, finds safety. And now the dash out from Texture. Greeted by Boaster. Chronicle had played his card just perfectly. He still is getting away with murder. How is he still alive?
Oh my gosh.
A flash swinging around and the potential for another finally
player standing.
bested. Leaving it all onto Leo. The first shot is crispy. 2 more to be found though. 1 target spotted. Lakius should be able to stick it all the way, barring some spam from Leo, and the defuse will come through. Another pistol the way of GENG.
And already, from the start of the round, GENG looks so comfortable giving that A site because they're so confident in their retake. I mean, Alfier goes down there who, I mean, he was the only saving grace for the pistol rounds of Fnatic in this series. And honestly, taking him out early, especially how he's been playing on the last 2 maps, I can't believe Chronicle played this game of ring around the rosy around yellow there. He ended up living for so long.
Even getting flash value at the end. Yeah, he was just a nuisance. They've put an outlaw in the hands of Durka.
It's a force.
Just a little bit. Boaster's the first to fall. Gotta capitalize on this. There was just enough that went the way of Fnatic that previous round that they can buy into this and still kind of be okay. They even put light armor on him.
The problem is he has to force the issue. Oh, and that's info gathered. What a clone from Meteor to bait that out.
Yeah, now they know there's an outlaw on the map. Now they know where it is.
And they're just gonna tuck. There's no need to even give any type of fight. That's a disadvantage.
Knife going fishing a little bit, not tagging anyone. There's still 2 members on the site. One of them playing in main. Munchkin tucked in the smoke.
He's stuck.
The spit at their feet will buy a little bit more time. Down to 40 seconds left on the round.
Alpha.
He's taking a lot of space, but he
Spike
he
down,
isn't
B.
spotted. I thought Lucky was looking at him. You can tell he keeps glancing back.
30 seconds left.
Everything else has to really go right here for Alfier to provide value on this flank, though.
Idiot.
I don't know that it will. Chronicle falls, the spike still.
1 enemy remaining.
Now sitting on the ground
Spike
once more.
down, B.
Alfier cleaned up. That's another couple of kills for Meteor, too.
Yeah, and it was very standard, very simple stuff out of the side of GENG. As soon as they found out that that outlaw was online for the attacking side, I mean, they just hunkered down, and Munchkin knew the fights that he had to take. He understands that he might get wrapped from that tunnel area, so that you saw him push forward into his own smoke in the main, and then when he had to back up again after that smoke goes down, Meteor is holding the angle at that point.
Yeah, they adjusted beautifully.
Yeah. And Alfier should have activated a little bit earlier there as soon as Durka got that kill.
It's just so tough to get those timings right
Yeah.
off of limited information.
Look at this aggressive Yoru TP. I don't think...
Here.
Oh, he did. He did get a hint of it, so maybe a punish late in the round if Fnatic try to speed up somewhere.
Yeah, Boaster's looking for it.
Yeah, they have a really good opportunity here to punish this.
This is actually really nice because even if he doesn't commit to it, the clock is ticking.
Yeah.
The spike is in Boaster's hands.
But they need to press the issue. They need to bait that TP out. But that's not going to be the way that you do it. A 1v1 in halls.
And so the first, 45 seconds go off the round. And Fnatic are just now starting to lean towards B. They've had the Cypher utility to make sure that nobody's taking the space, thanks to Alphair, but
Yeah.
this is still going to be really tricky to get through.
The clock is running down too low right now. Texture will go for broke. What a kill.
Fade was so nice, but Texture's just ahead of it. You're right, he goes for broke, and he cashes out.
30 seconds left.
Knife there from Chronicles, really nice. Munchkin still playing on the site with the Marshal, or excuse me, a Sheriff, he gets one. The spike is out.
That's round over. That's bonus the way of GENG on a map that they're so dominant on. And you're on the defensive side.
10 seconds left.
You wonder here. I mean, it's so tough when these teams are so well matched up.
Last
The
player
tiniest of
standing.
decisions can prove it to be the difference maker. And if you're Boaster, you wonder, you just shoot the gate crash, you clear it out, and then you have a little bit more time to play the map. That's just tough.
Yeah, and if your plan, oh, here's that kill in halls. Oh,
Trying to get away.
no, he got caught out in the timing to put his TP behind him. That's so unfortunate. But he should have had that pre-play started if he's gonna go for something like that. The pressure is definitely getting to Fnatic right now. I mean, not playing in the group stage. I thought from the first map that we weren't gonna see any of that, but it's starting to show. And what I was trying to say was, if you're gonna punish the Yoru TP, the gate crash, you need to send a massive amount of people to fake like an A hit or a B hit to bait out that TP if you're gonna do something like that.
Here.
You're not supposed to just
Yeah.
do a contact play and just sit and watch the TP, hope he takes it. But it's so hard to make a decision like that in the moment, because how often are you in that position?
Right. They've sent the TP again. And I was unsure if I don't think they saw it. So the TP was just fake. Now it's been cleared.
The mind games.
Yeah. And it's a fun part about running Yoru.
Such an odd character. Nothing like it in the game.
There are a lot of players on the other side of that man. GENG are just so healthy right now. Durka's the only one with a rifle on the other side. They can't really find an easy way in. Durka does have a gate crash, but that's part of the problem of running a single Yoru is you don't have another way to go. But that certainly will help things. Munchkin will fall. Durka on the entry gets the best of Meteor. So they will create
30
enough
seconds
space
left.
on the site to cap the spike down. The rotation's coming through a little late.
Planted.
That shock dart was from far away.
Chronicle has full utility up though here. He could potentially use a flash for his teammates here. Doesn't look like he'll even need to because Durka is activated and online.
3 on the round. Fnatic play that really well. And honestly, if not for Leo's drone clearing the way B main, the round probably doesn't go that way.
And Doug, they turned scraps into a symphony of shots there. And that's what ultimately had them convert this round.
They've upgraded weapons too. Boaster just picked up a Guardian. Karen will be able to save this rifle into the next round, but Fnatic find the way on the board in an unexpected round, in an unexpected manner.
The Thrifty. They needed that. This could have gotten out of hand very quickly.
I mean, the drone, again, the drone was perfect.
Yeah.
That just opens up so much.
You're done. My ult's ready.
Also, Durka.
Yeah, he played that super well too, yeah.
Even on the entry there, he actually had Meteor flash just stuck behind that pillar, and he took advantage of that, took all the space. Held for him, just looked easy. That being said, there is an operator online for Texture, and he could be very deadly with it.
It's Durka waiting on the other side. The dash has been procced. The smokes have been dropped. The shot does not connect.
Look at the support utility from Lakia in that position. He uses his Sova Dart to scan if anybody's close up, so he doesn't have to worry about it, and then a shock for the exit. Had Durka tried to go for more there, That shock's gonna chip him down, give Lakia the gunfight advantage.
Right.
What? He commits! Oh my gosh!
And
He has bomb and
kill.
spawn dunk!
Oh, but he ults his way out. A minute left in the round. He's playing this beautifully. There's so much time. Whoa. He's injected chaos into the situation and then gets away, forcing Fnatic on a back foot.
A good reaction from Fnatic, but they're missing their timing.
It might not matter. Munchkin has given up the space. Durka forced to use his own ult to make sure everything is safe. They're not walking into a meat grinder.
I'm back.
The thing is, on this retake, Texture can just post up on an angle while his team scales up.
Yeah, but is he going to be able to get past the walls?
Bomb's not down yet.
30 seconds left.
Still plenty of time to stabilize things. Meteor will fall.
Enemy
Munchkin to Fnatic. What a response. Just when it looked like chaos was going to be the problem, Fnatic settle, turn all attention towards B, and execute perfectly.
Oh, Karon's dead to rights here. A good reaction for Fnatic. I mean, they had nowhere else to go. You can't go back A in that scenario. You have to speed up B. But what was most impressive in that round was the poise and just waiting here, waiting for anything to happen. They're all gunned and ready. And then they fight together. A lot of teams in this scenario would have forced the spike to be planted there and gotten chipped by Sova, Util, maybe gotten picked off. In the 4v5, they decided to just fight.
Alpha here zopping. We thought it might be Durka, but Alpha is formidable with it as well.
He kind of has to on the attacking side too, because there's no other gap closer.
Right. Durka has to go.
Yeah.
Life of a solo Yoru is tough, man.
By the way, Munchkin plays so aggressive here, and I think that's why you see this default where Leo creeps up to this close wall and then uses the drone a little bit late.
Yeah.
Look, he's caught out again. No punish, though.
Fortunately for them, Durka's already gone so far up. Only able to get one, though. Closer on the swing will not find success. Op in the hands of Texture, but he's waiting on the other side. He's stuck A. While the spike, although labored, is finally finding some space out onto B. Great shots from Leo.
Okay. Okay, Doug.
I don't know that Texture can really go for this here. They don't have the money.
No, wait. 1v3 with an op?
planted.
That would be chaotic. What a round from Leo.
And Durka too. I mean, I mentioned it just before the exec happened. Like, a solo Yoru's job is hard. It's miserable. Your job is to go out, hope that there's enough flashing, hope there's enough utility over the top to give you some space to work. And he found it. That was perfect from Durka. And again, that's the difference between when you're running a Jet Yoru versus just a Yoru. If there's a Jet to go with it,
Yep.
honestly, there's a lot more oomph behind it.
100%. And it can be so hard, especially going up against this Astra, because, I mean, all of a sudden you have a suck, a stun, and the choke.
Yeah.
And then there's even less support for Durka, but
Right.
Leo with the clap back and Durka getting that entry. That was amazing, and he got it from the same spot.
We're tied at 3. You guys saw a teaser there. There will be a timeout, so a little bit more room for discussion around this. Leo just played it beautifully.
Oh my gosh. That's nasty.
Yeah, all 3 of those were crispy, man. Currently sitting at 6 and 3. This Viper wall that's been up a couple of rounds towards B. Meanwhile, Meteor with a Marshall.
And now we're seeing a change of pace for Fnatic. They're going to do a slow default, and that's why you see Durka with that operator online this time around. They're cycling it. He doesn't need to go for an entry here. He's just holding space. He's holding for that A main peek that Texture did earlier in the map.
And honestly, I imagine when it does come time to hit the site, there's a real good chance Durka hands it over to somebody, probably Alfear, and then they commit.
Yeah. And you understand how important this round is for Fnatic with the way that they're playing it right now. The approach,
absolutely.
the pings on the minimap, the constant jump spotting in halls.
And I mean, to go back to what you were just saying, even the way Durka's played the opening of this.
Yeah, he hasn't moved. Just now, what, 45, 50 seconds in, has he moved?
Seems like a little lineup from Boaster towards A main.
They will be running into 3 players here, but the guns are in their favor. And if this KO knife lands on a Karon, it might force that suck or stun out a little bit earlier.
Meteor.
Oh no, oh no.
I thought he was gonna land the shots. Even in the face of the clone, Lockheed trying to dance around in the smoke with the Bucky, not able to find a single target.
Spike
The buy
down
from
A.
GENG is just not able to hold up, but they managed to upgrade these weapons a little bit. Munchkin with the rifle cannot convert, cannot find damage.
The pressure is on, Doug. And we're seeing people whiff left and right. I mean, Fnatic, they got lucky here. Meteor definitely could have gotten that kill. Karen, he isolated 1v1s really well in that scenario. If the shots go his way, it's a completely different round. Even here on the cross, Munchkin could have hit that. This is what happens when you're map 3 in such an intense game.
Chronicle popping off again. Fnatic have won 4 in a row. The op still in the hand, now back in the hands of Alfier.
My camera is destroyed.
Meanwhile, three ults for the attack.
Not sure if that KO dagger connected onto Munchkin in that tunnel area of the B site. But if it did, they should have info that it's a very similar setup as to like anti-eco approach. Where you have Munchkin playing up close, you have Meteor holding the mid for him. Sova's playing back in mid, rotating if they hit B or A. Drone will be broken. Info will be scarce for the side of GENG. Texture's playing with fire here. He's gonna run into Alpha, who's holding with that op. There it is!
Meanwhile, that pick got invested right at the beginning of B main. Chronicle looked like he was gonna try to set up a molly, but decides twice. Hangs onto it, uses an ult of his own.
Oh, it's a fake.
Do they bite? You gotta be careful here too, because the bite mid could be the problem. Lockheed investing the ult, and there it is, the pressure mid. Karlin gets his and then gets away.
If he can get one more, GENG have a chance.
But he's surrounded. He is so surrounded, but he still gets another, and now Lockheed over the top. Providing cover, 45 HP with the utility out. He will fall. 10 seconds left. Fnatic have managed to find enough space and enough safety to get it down. But now, what? Meteor arrives straight into his death. Again, the money, not great, but they've got to find a way to convert here. Munchkin in the face of 2, already tagged by utility. Crosshair cannot snap. Chronicle with 4 as Fnatic gets to 5.
What a round, what a call from Fnatic. What an entry from Alpha. I saw it on the minimap. Texture, he was jiggling, he was showing his elbow. And I think Alpha just full control, holding it, patient. And then the trades on the site, Chronicle coming up huge. This kill on CT, oh my gosh.
Big round from Chronicle, man.
And Karen did a really good job. I said it. If he gets 2, they have a chance. Brought down to a 2v2.
Yeah, they had a great chance.
No up and play for either side. No punish, but Meteor has to back off of this elbow area. That KO dagger makes it so he can't use his gate crash and get out of there. And Alpha, just while this is all happening, Alpha is just in halls, controlling all the space on the opposite side of the map.
Dude, Fnatic are playing this map so well.
Yeah, the approach has been amazing. I mean, the changes of pace even.
Honestly, very Lotus-esque.
Look at this, they're waiting for the re-aggro.
They know.
Oh
They're a step ahead of it. They still gotta land the shot, so, and they do.
Oh.
And while all of that is happening, Alfier gets up even further.
He's gonna activate right now. He hears the rotations, they're just gonna go away.
He's gotta be cautious on this, though. The info is nice.
Oh my gosh, he's playing it so well. Texture's on an island right here.
Do they realize that it's safe? Do they realize that it's clear? Oh, Lockheed destroying Alfier there, and now they know Texture's here. Tries to flash as much as he can, and Texture dances in and out of the util. Gets the best of Chronicle and somehow stays alive. 4v3, the way of the defense. The spike's still not planted. Boaster with a pit, but doesn't really have the space to invest it, and Lockheed strikes beautifully. Leo cannot find any more success.
Fnatic had all the pieces of the puzzle put together, but they just couldn't execute. Alpha, he missed his timing. He got caught out by Lockheed on the rotate, but then also Texture in the main. Oh, that's killer.
That one hurts.
Yeah, but then also, in the main, nobody used utility to clear out texture in this scenario. But yeah, I mean, that Astro Wall from Karen coming out, maybe that is what caused the chaos and allowed texture to just play that fine line of getting the first kill and then getting out.
Yeah.
But still, I mean, that's a round that Fnatic, I mean, they had every right to win.
Now Blade's online for texture.
Oh, I wonder if texture knows. Is this prep? Is this heavy prep?
If he takes this fight, he's by himself.
Oh,
It's traded. Unfortunate for Lakia, but they got what they were looking for.
the problem is Alpha going down early kind of forces you to commit to this B site, and that's what GENG want.
They've got some presence here. You see the TPs both exchanged.
On this re-hit, there's going to be a suck out of the choke. It's going to be only Durka getting in sight. He will get the entry, though.
That's all Fnatic need.
And he knows.
A second found.
Time to jump.
Last player standing.
They've ripped this site to shreds.
Spike planted.
And now the loss of Lakia at the beginning of the round feels so much worse. No heroics from texture, no magic from the defense. Fnatic get to 6.
That was so well timed. That gate crash on the site. Yeah, he's the solo one.
Over here.
But the timing was perfect. And then that KO dagger landing, he knows that Munchkin is playing up close.
Nice. Let's go, bro. Nice, guys. Good job.
Good vibes on the side of Fnatic.
The setup was so clean.
Yeah. I mean, Durka, at the beginning of stage 1 in EMEA, he looked a little bit lost on that Yoru pick. But man, has he gotten good at it.
Look at the money for Fnatic. They're so rich. I mean, they're so well set up to, they could easily be looking at an 8-4 half here.
Must be nice.
Spike retrieved.
And they've got a couple of ults that are going to be hitting at the right time, too. This is a gorgeous setup for the #1 seed from EMEA.
Take flight.
Using the drone to clear out anything close. They don't want weird things to happen in this round. They're baiting utility out. At the same time, Alpha opens up, falls. I mean, they're just having their way right now.
They're playing this round beautifully. Even with that deep, aggressive wall, as soon as the door goes up, they have to peek ahead of it or they're going to lose sight. You know they have pistols. They can't really sit back. They've gotten a couple of kills here,
Player standing.
but it seems like Fnatic will be able to avoid disaster. Even the ones that they've lost will be reinvested. Fnatic into 7, and again, the 8th is well within reach.
Last round in the half.
That's Durka's second ult in 3 rounds. I mean, they have a really good opportunity to steal this last round away and have an 8-4 half. Chronicle is 1 off of that KO ultimate. I mean, they could really play it slow in the beginning. I mean, if they wanted to, they could even get an op-up on Chronicle. You could sell something. Oh, there it is for Boaster. Why not? Hold. Do a default in the beginning. Grab this A-orb so you get that KO online.
And honestly, they know that GENG have wanted to re-aggress. We saw the re-clear elbow just a couple of rounds ago.
There it is!
You know the aggression is coming. Fnatic is ready for it.
From the IGL. He's sitting at 9 and 6.
I know exactly where.
Texture strike here.
Look at the ults.
He's creeping forward.
Oh.
He might get away with a whole lot more. He's gotten his one. Doesn't overcommit, doesn't push it. Meanwhile, Chronicle popped the ult. Spike is sitting on the ground. Can Alfear settle the shots? No, not for now. But GENG seemingly intent on getting to 5. It would have to be Leo and Alfear, who've been good for them all series. The problem is they don't have the spike. They're not anywhere near it. GENG are fully posted up around it. They've got time to slow it down. They've got time to try to catch a one, try to catch an opening. But you see it, GENG are aware to it. You look at the minimap right now, Pings concerned with the flank. Texture's taking the space.
One enemy remaining.
It's just so easy at that point. It's just so simple when you have that big of an advantage.
30 seconds left.
It's just so effortless. Lakia again. Besting Leo like he did Alfear a couple of rounds ago. Getting GENG to their 5th.
All off of texture.
sides.
He was so confident in mid. He had to make the score even.
And that was off of the back of Boaster getting the pick.
I know. Boaster got caught out. He was the one that got the entry, and then he was the one that got caught out. And then the respect shown. I think Alpha just gave Texture too much respect in that moment. He needed to get that kill.
It's a tough spot to be in. Unless you're a spectator, an image that we just saw is that GENG like to do a bit of the same. They like to lose the first map and then win 2 bangers to close out the series. So, and we're just gonna see who breaks first. GENG on the attack. We talked so much about how on Bind and on Lotus, their approaches were slow, they were quiet, they were contact. And that's really what found them success on Bind. We'll see what they do here.
This time around, aggression from Fnatic on their pistol. I like that.
And of course it's Alphair. Has to be Alphair. Boaster's doing his best to keep them in it as well. A little bit of presence found and understanding. There's Hall's threat. This pistol is just so chaotic until Messi. Spike is sitting out on the site with no real way to pick it up. It's got to be Munchkin, but they know where he is. A dart in his lap. The Shock buying space, buying time. Leo patient with it, not forcing the matter whatsoever. That heady angle is so difficult to hit.
Yeah. 2 players are down low here, though. It's not over yet.
Munchkin's got 10 HP, man.
And Fnatic are so spread. If he does this correctly, I mean, he has a real chance.
But I don't know, honestly,
30
man. They've
seconds
got
left.
everything considered. Look at where they're facing.
Oh.
Every single one of them.
It's not ones anymore, Doug.
No.
That will be all she wrote. Alphair. He's been the star on these pistol rounds for Fnatic. That aggressive push all the way down here. Beautiful, catching Karen off guard. And then Boaster. He almost got caught in that timing.
Spike down A.
Nice shots.
Very nicely done from Chronicle.
Nice, boys. Come on, then.
And these are signs that are all good for Fnatic because we're seeing Durka, we're seeing Boaster, using Marshals. They didn't have an operator once that last map. And with the way that GENG like to play, you have to have those online.
This map just lends itself to it so much more.
I mean, Boaster had a classic for a little bit, but Durka dropped him a ghost around yellow, so he does get an upgrade. But Meteor's so aggressive here. Oh.
Spotting one.
He has to back off.
Yeah, the comms had to have been traded there.
But the thing is, with that, just that little peek there, that baits out Leo's rotation from the B side.
Just a little, though. He's still playing mid. He's still at a position where he can help on both sides, but actually now he's fully committing A.
Do you see how GENG maneuver around the map and put doubt in the minds of Fnatic? This is all stuff that's going to help them further down the half to make a comeback. And for Fnatic, that was their demise on the bind defensive side that they had. They played too passive. There was no disruption.
And that allows this slow GENG approach to cook exactly the way they want it.
Portal closed.
You're right, there's nothing to kind of throw him off the mark, nothing to get him off the rails. That Marshall close, not connecting, finally does. The third time is a charm.
Spike down
I
A.
mean,
But GENG have been able to fight back. They've got a couple of kills here, but still just a sheriff and a classic.
Watching here.
The spike down feels like a win here. As far as money goes.
oh,
But it might be more than just that.
he tagged Leo really low.
Alphair still healthy. Still 2 Bulldogs on the other side. Oh, they fully swing out. Alphair is able to save it. Fnatic will get another round, and now GENG will be on the bye.
But still, for GENG, I mean, with limited resources, you were able to do that? I mean, they could have won this round. Where's the confidence from Fnatic?
I don't know, you can tell on Leo's face, there was, he knows they got away with one. That one was closer than it should have been.
Where's the confidence? It's map 3. You won the pistol, you're in the driver's seat.
I don't.
Where's the gusto?
I'm going to disagree with you here. I don't mind the way they played that at all. Yeah, it got a little messy at the end there, but given how GENG like to be contact, given how they like to deathball, who knows what's waiting on the other side? The fear of the force is always a factor too. I mean, either way, 4 rounds still separating these two. The buy from GENG, we mentioned it. Fully healthy, just light armor for Meteor, as he gets one step closer to having that ult online. And again, the slow burn of this GENG approach is what greets us.
Yeah. And Alpha and Durka actually invested into this with rifles, so if they do not convert this round, the economy will be in shambles.
Yeah, it'll be a weird buy.
But I like the proactivity from Durka. I like that in the mid round he walked up, but there's pings around the map. It looks like GENG might have a read that Durka might like to play this spot. Is he gonna get hard cleared? Is he gonna find the timing on Munchkin?
It was for the wall. That's what they were calling for.
He needs to get out of there.
Should be able to TP away, but he stays just a little bit too long. Trades his flash for his life. Texture, though, falling on the other side will keep things competitive and keep them equal. GENG with full intentions towards B. Meteor using his drone to do his job. Chronicle filling in on the space behind it. He might be able to get ahead of this. I don't think they know where he is. Oh, he's able to cut him off, but the dart gives him away. Now the flash on the swing, but they played anti. That was so beautiful. Leo in a 1v4.
Spike planted.
They're weak, though. A weapon upgraded. And now potentially saved.
What a beautiful call from Munchkin to set up this entire round. I mean, off of that entry in mid, yeah, it gets traded out, but all of a sudden the map opens up. And Karen, he was the star of the show by really not doing much. All he did was use that Astra smoke in that B tunnel area and deny all info. For Fnatic, the players on Fnatic, they don't know if it's gonna be an A split, they don't know if somebody's going nest,
right.
halls. I mean, it really kept them guessing, and the whole time, Karen actually was just sitting behind that Cypher trip and tunnel, waiting for his moment to strike. And he did just that. And then for the players as well to just walk onto the site and just hold and wait for that dart to come back up, not overextend, not get punished.
This right here,
That's disgusting.
that felt like heartbreak, man.
Look at that. He's sitting right outside of that trip in his own smoke and then playing anti there for Lakia.
Both of them. I mean, they both tucked.
They were ready.
They knew the flash was coming. They saw it was a KO on the other side, who had no other options.
Yeah. I would love to see Fnatic play a little bit more aggressive on this defensive side, especially towards mid. And I think that's what we're seeing right now from Durka. There's no KO knife that gets info for the likes of GENG. They like to contact. That's why the op is going to be so good in this series. Oh, barely gets out alive.
30 HP.
Oh,
Excuse me?
the dart was so good.
Boaster and Leo both striking. Now Texture flashed. Alpha here with the classic.
Spike down B.
Numbers away at the defense with the weaponry. So formidable on the attack side. Texture pushing forward. 71 HP. Gets the best of Chronicle.
He's robotic.
He's going to have to do it again, though. Munchkin committing to the plant, finding success.
This is such a hard retake right now for Fnatic. They're both stuck. Info going the way of GENG.
How long until Leo's dart? I don't know if there's going to be enough time to wait for it. Texture gets tagged. A pitch high and inside to back him off the plate. And now Munchkin on the swing. Ah, he's been caught. He's been spotted. Now Texture's left his devices. Left to be the hero. A tap, an updraft, a threat. Boaster with the shots as Fnatic will get their 10th.
Oh. Take a breath, Doug. It looked like Texture was gonna bring that one back.
I mean, you can never count the guy out.
I know. I mean, he played it as best as he could.
The dart. You were right, that dart was gorgeous. And then also Munchkin, unfortunately, it's just kind of a sitting duck there.
Oh my goodness. Had Munchkin just swung out instead of trying to get away with his life.
Yeah.
I mean, he gets that kill 9 times out of 10. He definitely gets a kill there.
Into the next we go. Fnatic have gotten up to 10. Boaster with his pit available. GENG have one of their own. They also have Meteor's ult invested. A reconnaissance mission for their duelist. No real tags or anything like that. They realize the site is wide open. It's safe for the taking. Fnatic filling in on the space halls. Meanwhile, keep an eye on the minimap. Karin on a late flank.
Portal closed.
They've got the pit. Leo's down. That's big. That's a big piece of utility if you want to try to get through this pit. Not having a drone, not having a dart.
Yeah, you gotta face check it.
Oh, and they're having a face check. Main.
Oh!
Locky was there to greet. That almost happened again. But this time, Munchkin able to get away. Finding comfort in the pit. Finding safety as the spike ticks away. Time is short. It is of the essence. Chronicles left on the outside looking in. That's another round the way of GENG.
Just using the ults to shut Fnatic out of the A site there. We entry in with Meteor's Yoru ult. Once we find out it's completely clear, we're gonna get the pit down. And I mean, that's it. It makes it so hard. Even if Leo's alive in that scenario, it's still so hard to win that round. I mean, those ults are just too strong. That Viper's pit basically guarantees you a round if it gets down.
Yeah, if you get that much space on the site, you're right.
By the way, what a nice shot.
Man. You wonder here if there's going to be a timeout called on the other side because we're nearing the end of this, but no.
And right now, from the side of Fnatic, I don't really like what I'm seeing. I don't know if anybody actually has the economy to get an operator online. I mean, they used it on the attacking side. Why would you not use it on defensive side? Why would you not try to save for it? Why are you making it a brawl v brawl matchup? GENG want that.
They've handled the chaos so well. GENG have. I think about that hit B a couple of rounds ago.
Portal closed.
Oh, he's getting hard swung in this angle, Doug.
Time to jump.
Oh, he's not.
No way, he gets away with that.
Oh,
This time the TP early, no flash or anything like that.
it's insane.
GENG slowing things down again. You start to see the Astro Stars go back A. The knife will catch Munchkin. Given that, GENG have a decision here, and it's a difficult one to make. Do you try to flip the other side of the map? Now I think they will because Alfier's been caught. The spike instantly rotating back B, but Durka's here. The flash in his face. Karin has to give his space back. Leo not far off. Meanwhile, Boaster's been left to hold the other side, and I don't think he spotted Munchkin. Both Vipers playing A while the spike is trying to rotate back B. Munchkin gets the best of Boaster. The spike, safe, but Durka's position concealed until he's dropped. A 2v2 now with 10 seconds left. The spike goes down.
Not ready yet.
And we'll reset once more. Lockett has his ult, but he's not really in a position to get away. He can't really play around it. He's got to stay on the side. Leo cannot settle the shots. Chronicle a 1v2. One away from his ult. The knife will not tag. He's gonna have to figure it out on his own, and Lockett gets his third. GENG will not fold.
There's just no way that you can prepare for everything that GENG does. The way they set up individual lurks on both sides of the map simultaneously. It's so unconventional, it's so hard to deal with. It comes down to a 1v1. They force you to take an aim fight. And if you lose it, it just feels like your chances of winning the round diminish.
They relieve just a little bit of pressure. The valve is turned just the slightest, and they instantly fill in on it. Fnatic here with essentially 4.5 ults. Leo's one away from his. And the pit invested right off the bat. And I don't know if he spotted that gate crash coming through.
No one did, Doug. That could cook later in the round.
He's got the spike, though. I can't imagine he's the one who commits to it. Maybe a fake TP a little bit later on.
If he does opt to go for the fake TP soon, it might keep two
Fake
players
teleport.
of Fnatic there.
He did use it there. And I want to say Chronicle looked, saw that it was safe. So that's enough to keep them back.
You are divided.
Now the Cosmic Divide B, the stars go down once more, and the gate crash now out. Into the smoke he goes, and Alfie are stuck on the other side. Meteor can't see a damn thing, trying to navigate all the utility, finally striking onto Alfear. But Durka on the trade.
Down B.
Here.
Ult invested 11 HP. The spike on the site, but I don't think he realizes that Munchkin's playing behind him still. Durka's in such an awkward position. He's got nowhere to go, and he's dealt with assassination style.
30 seconds left.
GENG again with the numbers advantage. And Fnatic again forced to save.
GENG are so hard to deal with on this attacking side. I mean, just the layers and layers of utility to set up Texture, to set up Meteor. Just full chaos mode.
And they find the calm in the chaos. That's what's the difference maker right now. GENG enter like a state where everything is slow. Everything is seen.
Such a pleasure to watch. This has been such a back and forth battle all series long. GENG though, they're never out of it. They dropped the first map in their last 2 series, and they bring it back every single time. In this case, it's just like Bind. Fnatic hit 10, and all of a sudden, we're in a 1-round reach. This is that controlled chaos.
How does he get away with that?
They're so calm, like you said. Even Munchkin, he only has one job here. Hold down the entire flank as everybody else is going crazy on the side armors and rifles, and Leo, he probably won't even have a gun. $500 to his name. He does have the Hunter's Fury though. If they can manage to get an early pick into the round, maybe he invests it as that bomb is going down.
Really nice timing there on the orb going down by the observers. What do they do with this? I think the difference is, as we compare the 2 attack halves, Fnatic was happy to wait because GENG would take some aggressive space and they could just catch them, right?
Yeah.
Fnatic don't really do that. They haven't really done that other than the pistol.
They're so passive on their defensive sides, and it basically creates a lack of info. That being said, Durka, he's getting activated down halls. He might find a window, an opportunity, but Texture is going crazy. It might be too late. And the jump spot!
They just know. They've got everything considered.
Planted.
Everything calculated. And even the updraft over the top for Durka to have to pick. There's no good option.
Just
One
smothering.
enemy remaining.
Everyone dropping like flies for Fnatic, and a convincing round win for GENG.
Flawless to tie us at 10. You mentioned it, the buy's not great. We'll take a look at it one more time. The hit was decisive, it was confident, and this is the change of pace, right? Every single attack round has been slow. It's been feel the map out, it's make a little bit of noise and then cut off the rotation if somebody's coming around or get a pick. That time, it was quiet for maybe 5 seconds, and then they slammed through short.
Jeez.
Light armor on a couple of members, 3 of them on the side of Fnatic.
Standing ahead.
Early dart not getting any info. Lakia gladly takes the space, takes the orb. And the quiet over the map at the beginning of the rounds is deafening.
Shock dart. I have the
The
spike.
thing is, there's a Yoru online and available for Meteor, so if GENG want, I mean, they could just use it as scouting, like a scouting report, just an info, a drone.
That shock dart towards B doesn't clear out any of the Cypher utility, but it was enough to consider a rotation. Leo was on his way back B, but the fake TP, and now they can play a little bit more towards B.
And they just dodged the knife, too.
Yeah.
Everything is on Alpha right now. Everything is on him.
Durka has joined the fray. The TP back B.
Plant a spike.
Meteor getting a lot of info here, spotting both of them. That's the idea of what the defenses are. They realize they can play a little bit safely back here. That flash is gorgeous. The swing out, not connecting yet. As Durka takes a step back, but he's got to dig his heels in. It's Alfier who does it, leads for 1. How much more can they find as Karen sloops the net, gets behind enemy lines, and they punish. Rolling Fnatic once more. Leaving Boaster stunned. How have they gotten to this point? No time to answer that, though. He's got a 1v3. He's got to try to clutch.
Toxin screen down.
One enemy remaining.
He's gotten it down to 1. Can the captain for Fnatic win this round? Stop the bleeding. The snap onto the 1. He hasn't connected. Another tap.
Toxin screen down.
Munchkin, patient. That's the second time he's gotten away with it. Will he be able to get away with it a third? Boaster's gotten it to half, 9 bullets left. The onus on Munchkin, and he wins the duel out. GENG get to 11.
IGL v IGL. Munchkin. He's cold. The calling. The mechanics.
스파에 떨어졌습니다.
So steady. I mean, texture and media. Yeah, Munchkin's the one who wins the 1v1. Boaster had his opportunities, but
It was so close. One more bullet, Doug. One more. Is that what this is going to come down to?
2 more rounds for GENG.
But another weird scrappy buy.
And look at GENG's. They've bought 2 outlaws going into this.
I mean, their economy is
Concealment.
more than flourished.
Yeah, it's thriving. These Guardians in the hands of Dirk and Leo really feel like the only win con they have.
Poison orb emitting.
Dirk has been relatively quiet this half. That knife should have tagged 2. Fnatic rotate over.
Poison orb
They
emitting.
do have 4 players towards this A side of the map. What can they do with it, though?
They're gonna slam into this, and Boaster's here on the other side. Patient on the first, the dash is there. The knives come through, and now high ground, but Alfear plucks him out of the sky, so does Leo. 5 HP as he stays alive.
One enemy
Munchkin will fall. The guns come through. We're tied once more.
Finally, the force bite works in their favor. I've been questioning it all game long. Why are we buying every round? Why are we fighting fire with fire against GENG? But just when their backs were against the ropes, they bring it back.
I mean, if that door's not open,
Yeah.
who knows how that goes.
They made every dollar count. A faster approach into this round from GENG. I don't think we've seen them up mid this quickly.
At least initially, that's the plan, but
Yeah.
they slow things down. The middle of the map has been such a contested area these last couple of rounds. And now GENG with the lean B. Jerka playing his cheeky off angle. They have all of this Cypher utility here. Meanwhile, Alfear's playing on the other side.
That's the info. Does Durka go for this little off angle? Does he peek on a timing? Oh, he goes down to texture.
He's caught. Now it's on Alfear to try to rotate back again by himself. No real help. Cannot steady the crosshair. GENG have so much control over the site, and it's only gotten worse now that the wall goes up.
Scanning ahead.
Boaster has to find the timing, but Munchkin's already looking back.
Yeah, he's just gonna get clothesline, man. That bullet's going right into
30
his
seconds
ear.
left.
This has to be a save.
Spike planted.
They're too far up, though. I don't think there's any room for them to get out. GENG gets a series point.
Match point.
What a map, what an entry for texture yet again. 21 and 14. With no signs of slowing down. He had a rough first map, but he always brings it back. He's always here. He always turns up for his team.
30초 남았습니다.
The IGLing from Munchkin.
It's been ridiculous.
Hunter's Fury available for Lakia. No ults online for Fnatic. And a Spectre on Boaster. And it's gonna be a B hit off the first 20 seconds of the round. We haven't seen this at all.
Oh, and Alfear didn't see it either. Never had a shot. Can Durka steady the waters? No, he falls. GENG's attack half has been beautiful. And in what looks like the last round,
You want to fight
that
it?
might have been their best call of them all. The Cosmic Divide goes up, Chronicle goes down. Leo and Boast are forced to go in aggressively. No armor on either. GENG finishing touches on this, barring a miracle. Can Boaster and Leo extend? No, no, they cannot. Boaster's put in a corner and he will fall. GENG pick up right where they left off.